We're live right now.
We are live.
Day 3, Panda Watch. That's all we have. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day, I think.
Welcome to Beyond Diamond Podcast.
Welcome back to Beyond the Diamond. Woo!
We're here.
We are here, day 3.
Some things are happening.
Yeah, I think today's going to be an interesting day, y'all. I think it's going to be an interesting day. Here we are. Yankees just traded for Devin Williams. They sent Nestor Cortez and one of their top guys, second baseman Caleb Durbin, headed to Milwaukee for a 1-year deal. Very interesting. I think you have to find a way to keep AB here if you decide to move Tuck, and so it's just got to happen, right? It's just we're all waiting for it to happen. Soft over on Twitter, someone said soft rebuild incoming ? No, I think it's a hard reset. But it's if you do trade Kyle Tucker, if you do trade him, it's got to be a reaction of, okay, well that makes
Yeah, it needs to be
that
a
makes
big enough
sense.
trade that we're like, okay, that hurts, but you know. So the Phillies offered Nick Castellanos and Alec Boehm, and the Astros declined.
Yeah.
So that tells me that the offer from whoever else should be at that level or above. So
Yeah.
that does make me feel a little better.
I do think Boehm is a real deal, but
No, but yeah,
I don't. He's not standalone.
Yeah, and Nick doesn't move the bar for me like that.
Yeah, you're just kind of swapping old for young there.
Yeah.
I just whatever trade that does come through, if it does come through today or whenever, you have to have the mindset for me is like, okay, well, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And if you don't do that, whew. So there were some rumors today about Suzuki having a no trade clause, and that could be option. I don't know about that. I would assume that would have came out at the very beginning when all that stuff was initially coming out. But if you get Paredes, if you get Cam Smith for Florida State, 6'3", 225, plays a corner infield, plays corner outfield, kid's a specimen. If you get Cassie, a Horton, and Alcantara,
I really like Cassie. If Cassie and Smith are included, I'm pretty. I'm not upset.
Maybe a throw-in pitcher.
Yeah, let me pull up the past few days. I've had the Cubs top prospects here. So let's see.
This is DEFCON 5 over here, y'all.
Yeah,
this is DEFCON 5. It's DEFCON 5.
All right, so Cassie, number 34 prospect in baseball, outfielder, 6'3", 190, lefty bat. He is 22 years old and ready for the MLB, ready for Major League Baseball right now. Then you have Cam Smith, who is 6'3", 224, righty, 21 years old.
I'm a size queen. I'm sorry, I'm a size queen.
He's in Double-A, and his ETA is 2026. So he probably, he'd probably be 2026 unless Dana really likes what he sees and he, fast tracks him.
I mean, there's still a way to bring back 2. You could shift Paredes the first.
I wouldn't hate that.
I think you can get there. I think this team could get there. You just got to hit on this trade. And I think that's kind of been the You know.
Suzuki is reportedly off the table because of no trade clause.
Yeah, there's some stuff from the Cubs version of on the Twitter sphere that they said that he's got a no trade clause and I guess optioned it.
Yeah. Too bad Adames is gone. I mean, I don't think Adames was ever. They floated that, but it didn't really make sense to me for the Astros. Yeah, Paredes can play first. I don't know how well defensively, but he can play the position. So, Ty France minor league deal, resurgent. He can hit. I don't hate tucking Ty France away in our AAA so that he can't hurt us. Because I wouldn't be surprised if, like, you know where he makes the most sense? Ty France? The Royals.
Ooh.
I feel like he would be a great, like, bench vet guy on the Royals. And he would hurt us whenever we play them. What do you guys want in a Cubs trade? The minimum I'd be happy with would be Paredes, Cam Smith, third baseman, 21 years old, and Owen Cassie, outfielder, 22 years old. If you get those three for Kyle Tucker, those are three guys that I think could make impacts for the Astros in the next 3 years. So I think that makes your team better for 2026 and beyond.
I don't like any of the Yankees packages.
No. Yankees don't have
Dominguez, Jones, Gill. No, I mean, I don't know. I honestly though, like if you think about it, also in theory, like if you do move an MVP perennial type player who gets votes and a 30-30 guy and a 5-tool player, to send him to the National League. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? If the mindset is still competing and the mindset is not a rebuild, it is just a retool. If that's the coach speak and the party line talk, then you do not trade an MVP, a 5-tool player, to the New York Yankees, who you will directly compete with. So, I mean, that's just. And there's obviously water under the bridge, but I mean, unless they offered a Godfather offer, I don't see it at all. Like if the potential Cubs thing falls through, then I guess you could circle back to the Yankees, or you just stand pat and you have an MVP right fielder that is going to be in your lineup every day. Over on YouTube, John asked, why isn't a guy like Pedro Leon thrown into the Cubs deal to get more back?
I don't think
Pedro Leon's value is
I don't think that's
near zero, I think, within
I think his value
circles.
right now is more on the Astros side of taking a flyer on him and hoping he figures something out than he would be worth to any other team. I don't think any other team is looking at Pedro Leon.
Yeah.
Excited about having him on their team.
I know ball. I think, would you trade Framber? ? Do you think we need him next year? That's over from Graham over on YouTube. I think the value of trading Framber actually may be more at the deadline.
I think that's
what we've seen pricing wise for.
And plus, you have Framber to at least establish yourself, hopefully a division lead.
Yeah.
Where you can afford to then trade him. And then, because by the time you get to the deadline, then you're hopefully getting Javier back and some other pitchers back. Who Javier, maybe, if McCullers and Garcia, like they're hopefully in their rhythm to where you have three of the one or two or three of those guys back, and then you can afford to trade Framber. But maybe you need him for the first 2 months of the season.
Lindsay asks, who do we think is planning to play right field this year if Tucker is gone?
Great question.
We're actually gonna have tryouts. The whole city of Houston. So get your gloves.
Yeah, grab your glove.
Open tryouts.
Dust out the old cleats
at
in the back
Dyken
of your
Park.
closet.
You have the opportunity to play right field. Actually, they should just run a fan promotion of a fan every inning. A fan plays right field
and first base. What trade solves first base? I'm a John Singleton fan. I love John. But if Tucker goes to the Cubs, Paredes will be coming over, and he could play first or third. So that kind of then if you re-sign Bregman, you have Bregman at third. If you make another trade for a third or first baseman, or you have Bryce Matthews, you could maybe he surprises and comes up mid. I don't know. There's options, but I like that Paredes can play first or third because he can flip flop depending on your other moves.
I don't think PCA Jets over on YouTube. I don't think PCA is
he's off the table.
Off the table.
He's like how Tucker was in 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Where the Astros were not trading him.
Yeah.
Does Presley get traded? I think he does. I just think at this point, you've already messed with his mentals signing a big closer and pushing him down to setup man, which I think, as great of a professional as he is, and he never said anything, he never griped, and like that's awesome. But I do think that was in the back of his head all year, and might have affected performance. So then on top of that, you float trading him. Yeah, and then if you don't, like I think he needs. I think a team like the Orioles or a team that needs some veteran closer type leadership would give you something for him, even if it's just one solid top 10 prospect or something.
Leon over to IG. Espada is in love with Carantini. Get ready for see him more at first. I mean, you're paying him $6 million, so it's better to be in the lineup playing somewhere than on the bench pinch hitting 45 times a year at $6 million. Once again, roster construction, allocation of funds.
Yeah,
2025 is not fun.
I definitely think, especially with this talk about Jordan DHing more and not playing left, they got to find somewhere for Caratini, unless he's just exclusively catching and only in the lineup once every 4 or 5 days.
I do think Bowden and Phillips today on MLB radio said the Astros are waiting on Bregman before they move Tucker. They like Gill over the Cubs package, but Cash has not offered him. Cash would trade him and sign Walker Buehler, who they have interest in. It's from Bobby Malone on Twitter. I don't think the Astros love anything the Yankees have sent or have floated sending.
Trade for Dexter Fowler, David DeJesus. Classic.
Because I don't think Gill does it for me.
No, he doesn't. What's Dez percentage rating on Breggy coming back today?
Ooh, what is Dez percentage? Standing pat at 7. Standing pat at 7. It's also going to be very funny, as someone over on IG is a Yankees fan, trolling a little bit, the narrative shift of Yankee fans craving and shouting for Kyle Tucker so bad that they're going to be like, oh, he's a bum when he gets traded somewhere else, if he does get traded.
That's the Yankee way.
Oh, that's a bar. It's a Yankee way. Pat and Yankee. Oh, we want him so bad. Goes to another team. Oh, that dude fucking sucks, man.
Castellanos and Bohm for Tucker. Astros decline. True. Reportedly
true.
I mean, if who said that? It was Jim Bowden. Yeah, I mean Jim Bowden's plugged in. I don't think he's just saying shit.
If something breaks today, I hope it's Berman. Just retire out of retirement, and Berman just gets
like an action movie where they pull the hitman out of
yeah.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back.
It's The Godfather 3.
Yeah, guys, I'm sick. Help! I'm sorry.
We should get Belly for tucking maybe a problem. No, Belly's carrying 52. Is 52 mil.
I feel like Belly is just like a downgrade, player wise and contract wise. Like that doesn't work.
Yak over on IG says, think we'll ever bring Loonhout back. No, I don't know. He's having a lot of success everywhere.
He might come back to baseball in 10 years, but it won't be with the Astros if he does, if he ever did.
The comments under the young guys Astros IG posts are brutal. Yeah, wherewithal 0. I would have definitely not had that scheduled.
Do you think it was on purpose or it was scheduled? Do you think it's somebody in the front office saying, "No, let's remind these people that we have more than Kyle Tucker and Alex Bregman. We have all these young guys. Let's put that out." Or do you think it was just like the timing of it was too on point? The Astros post highlighting Kessinger was a choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Kessinger hater. I mean, but
You got it.
oh. Okay. I don't know what to do with my hands. The car ran real fast.
Oh, yeah.
That was a visceral reaction to whatever just happened there. Next prospect breakout player. You asking us? On the Astros? Shit.
Wow. Okay.
Jacob Melton. You just want to break out with the Astros? I think somebody asked earlier about right field. If Kyle Tucker's traded and the Astros don't get like a major league ready outfielder, then I think Jacob Melton could do it. I don't know how he's something. He hasn't even told me yet, so something big's happening. He's going outside to take this call. Yeah, it's crazy that in theory, if the Yankees gave like one of their best prospects plus Nestor Cortez, then the Astros should be able to get a package higher than that for Kyle Tucker.
It's going to be interesting, I think, whatever we see.
How do the Yankees and Dodgers have all this money and get all these players, but the Astros can't keep anyone?
Brands are brands.
Yeah.
Brands are brands.
Do you think the Padres ship any of their stars? I wouldn't be surprised. I think the Padres are kind of sitting in the wings right now, waiting for all this to happen and dust to clear, and then
Padres will have a lot to sell.
And then I think they then offer their stars up to the people that missed out on all these big names, and they're like, "Oh, you missed out on Kyle Tucker. Oh, you missed out on Soto or whatever. How about a lightly used, whatever?" Their best prospect is Judge, to be honest. Sure, yeah. Tell us with your eyes. Do you know Morse code? Blink some Morse code to the people. You better tell me what's going on. Do we like Christian Walker? I like Christian Walker.
I've been in love with Christian Walker, but now it's like
it depends on the deal.
Past the point.
I feel like whatever he's gonna get at this point is gonna be it's gonna be too much.
He's 30. He's gonna be 34 next year. Do we really want to do that again?
Yeah.
You know, like
Jose Abreu all over again.
What was the call about, my guy? I mean, I think we'll see what the call was about. I'm hoping it's not a 3-for-1. I hope somehow they figure out to make this a 4-for-1 if they do this. You know what I mean?
Polar Bear was the move. I've been saying I would like Alonso, but
that's a really good. That's a good point, Texas Aggie land, man. I mean, all Astro fans over 39 are secret Cubs fans. That was like WGN was the only channel I got. That was the only channel.
And it was always on the day.
Yeah.
It was always during the day because they were still playing a lot of day games.
Yeah.
At Wrigley. So I'd come home from school, and there'd just be a Cubs-Pirates game on.
It was always on the mound, Mark Pryor versus Jason Kendall. Like it was like
always
this
Mark
time
Pryor.
loop. It was Mark Pryor always pitching and Jason Kendall hitting for the
You know what, though?
Pirates.
I could not, other than Sosa, I could not tell you Cubs like
Sandberg, Grace, Sosa.
Yeah, that's old. Grace is a good one. I'm thinking like late 90s, early 2000s.
Man, Pryor would.
I mean, you had a Lou for that.
But yeah, WGN was always on.
But it was always Cubs pitchers. I knew.
Suzuki over on Instagram, Salvatore, the Suzuki thing. Obviously, we're all kind of catching up to it. I think he has a no trade clause that people have confirmed online, and literally, I think he just optioned his no trade clause. So that's why I think it's been a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be
I think bare minimum, Paredes and Cam Smith are for sure a thing, and then probably a third guy. So hopefully it's as Cassie and Alcantara, a Horton. Yeah, I think it's more than Paredes and Smith. What happens with Framber? Extend or trade 100 innings is tough to replace. 100%, Chris. I think you hold serve with Framber now. I also think pitching prices tend to go up at the deadline. We saw the Baltimore Orioles send their number 7 prospect for Tanner Scott or Taylor, one of the Scotts from Miami. And literally that guy was sent down to AAA. So
yeah, they could Connor Toby.
Yes,
What are those?
one of the clones.
Yeah, no, I think because I think teams will pay a lot more for a pitcher they just saw for 2 months deal, and is healthy and is like pitching at the moment, good, rather than getting a guy in the offseason and you're like, you never like he could go in the season different. Like it's like if you just saw this guy deal last week, he threw 8 innings. You're like, oh, okay, I want to get that guy right now. I feel like you get more value out of that. Plus, the Astros get value of having Framber deal for the first 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't replace innings.
Yeah. Especially if you get into spring training and some shit happens like last year. If you traded Framber right now and didn't get pitching back, and then you went in spring training and it's like, oh, fuck, Hunter Brown has something or somebody else, I'm knocking on so much wood right now. But like, if you had an issue with one of your guys you think is going to be in the rotation next year, and then you also traded Framber, and then you're like, well, fuck, who's eating all these innings now? If Danny gets fleeced for Tucker, I will riot. He has to make it hurt. Every trade hurts us. Why can't we do the same? Yeah.
I don't know.
What is happening? One day.
We're not in the news breaking business. We're not in the news breaking business. We're not. We're in a content world.
Let me make sure I'm speaking of
that. I don't think, dude. You have a Josh, like, he's been shocking himself. I think we need to do an exorcism. He touches everything in this office and shocks himself. What are we gonna do with Presley and Framber? APM asked. I think Press is moved eventually, and Framber. I think you hold on. It's 180 innings guaranteed. And if you're out of it at the deadline, you can literally offload him for a king's ransom. Take no for an answer if we don't get Suzuki over on YouTube. Suzuki's off the table. He has a no trade clause.
I think the Cubs were doing it, but yeah, he has a no trade clause.
So I don't think Suzuki is in play.
But if Suzuki is replaced with 2 prospects that are like at least one of them is MLB ready, if Suzuki is replaced by Cassie and then like an arm. I mean, Owen Cassie is 22 years old, 6'3", 190, lefty bat, and he's MLB ready. So that's like, let's look. I've been mostly just looking at prospect rankings, but let's pull up some numbers on these guys. So Cam Smith is the main dude that's been rumored, right?
Yeah, Cam Smith's the real deal. 14th.
$1,000 OPS last year across low A all the way up to double A. It's not bad. And then Owen Cassie is the guy I want.
I think what we're gonna do, if this trade does eventually, if it ever happens, I hope it doesn't. Just build a shrine here. I'm gonna build like a.
I used that at high school, huh?
What was the movie with Spider-Man when they build the Iron Man? He's like, I see him everywhere.
Oh, the No Way Home.
Yeah. That's how I'm gonna
When
be.
he's
I'm
on
gonna
the
be with
rooftop
Kyle
and
Tucker. I'm gonna see him everywhere. Actually, I'm gonna have Jacob make that real quick.
So Cassie was drafted out of high school. He's made it up to AAA. He had a 848 OPS at AAA last year at 21 years old. So that's not bad.
Stove is hot. Stove is hot. Stove
You gotta
is hot.
text me what the hell is happening.
Stove is hot.
Is this not? Oh, oops. This wasn't updating. Called about Tucker trade. We don't know. Dude has so much swag. Imagine Crawford boxes. Aramis Ramirez. Shout out.
Ooh, Ramos Ramirez. Yeah.
Yeah. Tucker's gone 100% right. Oh, no, Jim. Wow, we missed a lot here. I'm scrolling. Okay. Do y'all think Jim Crane is ever going to open up the checkbook in future seasons? If in future seasons the team does not get better, horrible farm system. I mean, Jim has opened the checkbook. Let's not act like he hasn't. At the same time, he has this hard line of 6 years. So I don't know if he's ever going to go past that. If you didn't go past that for Kyle Tucker, then I guess you're never going past that. When Tucker returns to the icebox, boo or cheer? Definitely not boo. What are we talking about?
We're gonna build a shrine of Tucker.
The only time I'm in favor of booing former players is like a Garrett Cole, somebody that like is going in the free agency and like openly is just being an asshole and just like doesn't like Houston. Like then it's like, okay, fuck that guy. But when a guy is traded, it's not his fault. It's not like Tucker will like ask for a trade. Actually, doesn't he? I'm sure he's been wanting to stay in Houston. Last out of the World Series, damn.
What, the Tucker?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you can't talk about the 2022 World Series without Kyle. You can't talk about this run without Kyle Tucker, and that's why I'm so torn. You got to pay him and keep paying him, and could have paid Breggs, and you could have done all this stuff to not be here in this spot. But
Suzuki would have to waive his no trade clause. Yeah. Or Alex Bregman if he goes to the Yanks. I'm never going to boo Alex Bregman. Sorry, guys. That's just not going to happen. I mean, he's won 2 World Series with the Astros.
He's he's the greatest third baseman ever played for the Astros.
He's going to be... I mean, even if he goes to a team on like an 8-year deal right now, I still think if if Alex Bregman went into the Hall of Fame, it'd be as an Astro.
100%.
So, I mean, that's like, why would you boo?
Hall of Famer.
What are we talking about?
A self organizational grown.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
If anything,
why are we even? Just disgusting. This is disgusting. This is why you lock up your players and pay them their worth, especially when you know the market pricing is going to swell. You wouldn't be here.
Jesus. All right. All right, so we were looking at different guys from the Cubs. Yes, Owen Cassie, 848 OPS at 21 years old, 19 bombs, 75 RBIs, 11 stolen bases. I mean, he kind of looks like a Kyle Tucker clone, to be honest.
Who?
Owen Cassie, like
Cassie's the real deal.
Like his numbers, like he's very like homers and stolen bases numbers are pretty right there. A lot of walks.
Schmidt over asking about PCA. Yeah, I think PCA is virtually untouchable for the Cubs.
Yeah.
I
need 2 MLB players.
We're going to get less than San Diego got for Soto easily. Yeah.
Maybe.
But
also, Soto, and Soto had 2 years left, right? Or one? Was it only one?
Soto was only one.
That was the only one.
crazy that soda was the straw that stirred all the drinks.
Who else is on the Cubs Major League roster right now that is interesting?
Michael, you're 100% right. Contracts are not going to get any easier for the upcoming years, so eventually you have to start paying long term.
Yeah.
Dom said it great. You can't play Moneyball in 2025. You have to play Monopoly.
Yeah.
It's a bar.
Would you take Smith, Assad, and Paredes?
I think that's what it's. I think Dalton, you're onto something.
Assad, he's the
Reliever.
starter or reliever?
Starter reliever.
Javier Assad. Oh man.
No, I know.
Oh.
I know.
26-year-old starter with a 3.7 ERA. Like, that doesn't make me excited. We have 15 starters that can get you like a high 3 ERA. We have a Luis Garcia at home. Oh man. I just think there's no way you can do this trade without Cassie. In my opinion, it just makes too much sense. He essentially reloads you a new Kyle Tucker, like for the future. Like, even if it was just Cassie and Paredes, and a different arm, like.
We'll see.
Sad trade, mega fleece.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be. I think both sides are gonna be like. What's the indicator? If both sides are like,
No, I don't want that.
No, we don't want that. But I think that's the reality, right?
That's not how it's been for when the Astros fleeced
With
people in the
they,
past.
Click and Luna are not walking through that.
I know, but that's like fucking. That's what it should be. That's how we operate. We fleece other teams. We don't get fleeced.
Well, it's time to pay the piper, and that's why I said, just keep your fucking foot on the gas. Because how many times, I'm guilty of it. I've clowned the Verlander return. I've clowned the Kikuchi return. I've clowned on the Cole return. I've clowned, and I'm now gonna reap what I sow.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what's about to fucking happen. I will say we're at a this is poetic. We're going into 2025 because it's a literal crossroads of the decade. So, yeah, APM.
2014 going to 2015, 10 years ago.
Yeah, and look, and I'm not gonna carry water for the org in the sense of like he's a billionaire, right? I'm not gonna do that, but the roster construction and finances for 2025 is just a cluster. So it's hard to navigate all of that. That's why that's why I always said 2026 is the year to keep. The window may, obviously not in theory, close. It moves a little bit down. There's a little draft in here. Let's close the window a little bit.
A little cold. You close it a little bit.
But 2026, I'm kicking that fucking window through the door.
It's just a cold year. It's a cold year. A little bit of a drought.
You know what? The power of friendship and El Tiempo margaritas can get you to 85 wins. Chris, so you're not content with just Paredes and Smith, better than nothing if you keep Tucker and he walks. Well, I think we're trying to reinvent the wheel, but you have to add just give me a little more than Paredes and Smith. I like him.
I need an outfielder.
This is crazy with
potential.
It's crazy. You're shopping a MVP. You're shopping a 5-tool player. You're shopping a 30 for 30 guy. To me, I think it's dumb we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
You pay for that. You're making trades to find that next. Mm-hmm. Well, it's right here. It's already here. It's present. Pay it. You should have paid it 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm never in favor of like, oh, let's trade a Kyle Tucker to get somebody that could be Kyle Tucker. And if I've always thought that's the stupidest mindset.
I want a lotto ticket to get another Kyle Tucker. Well, honey, Kyle Tucker's at home.
Yeah, he's right there. But if you're gonna do that, and then you don't even get a guy that could be a potential Kyle Tucker, then you're just like, what are we doing? I really like Paredes. I think he could have a good year with the Astros.
I think he models well.
Him being like accounting for say like 80% of the value of this trade or like 70% of I don't think he's like 50% of the value to me, and you need to get the rest of that value back and at least 2 more prospects minimum.
Yeah, so Paredes is you would have, if he was to be in this package, you would have 3 years of control, and
I mean, he's only 26.
26. You'd have him for his 26, 27, 28 years. This sucks.
Who is
all my friends?
Canario.
All my friends are just getting traded, man, and just going elsewhere. I'm like Will Smith in the freaking room.
Jesus.
I don't like talking. I don't even want to talk about this. Like, I'm gonna go with the right guys.
Oh man. Houston City Royals baseball. It's pretty funny. Paredes is legit. Mexican power. Shout out.
Mexicano. Dude, I'm on 356 days of Duolingo chat, so we're working hard over here.
Can you say?
I'm not. You can't put me on the spot. I'll freeze. I'm
in Spanish.
Como se dice we're fleece.
Canario is a talented like Baez was, swing and miss. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I never heard of him before. I didn't see him at all last year.
All right, chat. If you're on IG, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, where are we at? 1 to 10. 1 being sunshine and rainbows and a pile of gold. 10 is like death. I was at an 8, now I'm at 7. I'm gonna say a 7.5. Where y'all at? Give me a number. I just want to feel.
So 10 is bad, right?
10 is worse. 10 is
okay.
10 is bad.
I'm with you at a 7.
Over an IG, a 6, a 9, 8, 6, 6.5, 6, 7.5 with Bregg's coming back, 8 without. I would love to have Breggy back.
5 with Bregg's coming back, 8 without. Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell Scott, send everything to me. We're gonna lock Dana in one of these offices.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, that's.
Whoa.
That may be kidnapping. We're gonna say Dana just walk in.
He's not locked in. He can leave whenever he wants.
Yeah, he can leave whenever he wants. And then we're gonna make the deal happen. And we're like, sorry, the calls were being forwarded to us.
Yeah.
Oh man, honestly, I've just been letting the Rockets help me escape it all.
I mean, thank God the Rockets and Texans are fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Like, if the Rockets and Texans were both bad right now, would be sitting here.
Sad boy hours.
Imagine if my NFL team was bad.
When you're a fan of the Shield, you don't have to. That's why I'm a fan of the Shield. I'm at a 10 as long as baggy. Yeah, I feel like my college team might break my heart. I don't want to get my hopes up there either. An 8, a 7. Dusty would not stand for this garbage. I truly think.
Honestly,
truly think Dusty Baker would have led a coup against this. Just a straight coup, and I would have been on the front lines serving General Dusty Baker.
Jordan about to be lonely. He has Altuve and Diaz and Pena. He's got his buddies.
Ask Tate if his napkin smells like chloroform. Yeah, I'll wake him up. We all like. What was it? What was the Always Sunny where they chloroform the person, but then they like all act like they were chloroformed too? Yeah. They're all like laying down. They wait for him to wake up. Like,
oh my God! What
was that?
What the hell?
What was that? What the hell? It's like, what's in your hand? And then they're like, oh, yeah.
Sign Bregman and trade Tucker. I'll be at a 4. If they sign Bregman, and if the Tucker trade returns Cassie Smith, Paredes, and maybe hopefully something else, I would be at a 2, to be honest. As much as it sucks to see Kyle Tucker go, like that team on paper, And then you could still trade Presley and later in the season trade Framber if you want. Like I really like that team on paper, to be honest. But
Ethan, I don't want to. You don't understand why y'all don't want to trade Tucker. I want to extend Kyle Tucker.
yeah.
If there's anyone you give a 10-year contract, when I don't even like 10-year contracts, it is to Kyle Tucker.
It's Kyle Tucker.
And and I also don't think you're at a position to make this capitalize. Like, I think, to me, and I think for everyone else, it feels like it just changed overnight. The philosophy changed overnight. And so for me, I'm always like, want to make sure a decision at this magnitude's at a level that it's dialed, you have a plan, you're ready to go, you have other moves lined up, and they could. The dust could settle a week after this trade. They go get another bat. They go get an arm. So be it. Okay, we'll do that. But to make a trade because you don't want to pay a guy, obviously I understand the value leaving into retained value.
Yeah.
But you haven't done that ever. If this was your game plan, why the fuck did you go get Kikuchi? If this was your game plan all along, hey, we're trading Kyle Tucker in the offseason. Hey, we're going to do this. I don't make the move for Kikuchi. And obviously that was a great move because you got into the dance, and I thought Kikuchi, Brown, and Framber were probably the best pitching lined up 1 through 3 in the American League. But you don't make – you know what I'm saying? It feels like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
In December. Like, I understand the value. I understand the why. To me, the process feels you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Question: Tucker, 10 years, $400 million right now. Does he sign? I think so.
That's a good question.
Right now,
that's a good question.
Yes. Next offseason, maybe not. Because that 1 year of ARB makes a difference.
Yeah, Michael, you're right. Taking him to arbitration was the craziest thing.
I never understand. Fighting over $2 million when that could make the difference of like $15 million when you're trying to extend him is insane.
It's just
getting bounced out of the wild card could change your perspective. I mean, maybe when you're talking about like going in to get Kikuchi, making the Kikuchi trade, and then you bounce the wild card, maybe that changes your mindset. Maybe you pivot a little bit as an organization. I don't think so, because I think they're smart enough to know that the roster they put together was solid. It just baseball happens, but
I do think that this being a crossroads in the sense of it all, not a rebuild crossroads, just a hard reset. I don't know if it dictates what you're going to do in 26, 27, 28. So I just, where I'm at, if this was always the move, you don't pay Hader the $95 million and you don't trade for Kikuchi. Like, okay, if rebuild reset was an out, right? Like if you divvy it up within percentage points, even if it was at 10%, hey guys, we get bounced in the first round. We're gonna shift philosophy. We're actually gonna not let a free agent play his final year and then let him walk for a comp pick. We're actually gonna trade.
Yeah.
Then your process was broken at the deadline, and then your process was definitely broken at the beginning of the year because then you allocated money, a big chunk of money, for a very, 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 very good arm when you already had two very good arms as well. So I think that's what I'm so hung up on. And it's not apples for apples, oranges and oranges. I think the process has like this little clinks in. Like it's like I felt like I went to the beach and I took a shower and I did a load of laundry, but I put the clothes on. I just feel sand on me still. Like I just feel the process is just it's a little uncomfortable to me.
Wow, what a metaphor.
And it's not a rebuild, Ethan. It's not a rebuild. It's a hard reset. I know that's the party line. I know every person is going to be saying that. Every beat writer, everyone. That is the party line. But you have to make damn sure your reset hits, because if it's not, then it is a rebuild. And if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. That's kind of where I'm at. And you're in a shit division. It's a race to 85 wins. Do I think the 2025 Astros can win 85 games? Yes. Do I think they can not win 85 games? Yes.
It's crazy how that works. How are the Athletics willing to spend more money than us?
I have a theory there. I think every owner is like, hey, you have to spend X amount of money.
Yeah, there was a rumor going around that the owners in agreeing to the A's moving to Vegas gave Fisher a hard salary floor. They're like, if you're going to do this, then you need to spend
XYZ.
X amount of money. So he's, signing Severino to, was it like 30 a year, or like 25 a year or something like that?
The photo of him just at the stadium was fucking
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Can't imagine how sad Altuve will feel if Bregman is gone. He was very clear he better be back. Yeah.
Altuve put it out there.
Lost in all this is Altuve sticking his neck out, which he didn't do for. He didn't even do that for Correa, his best friend on the infield. His buddy, his guy that there were so many clips of them being best buds, and he didn't do that for Correa, but he did that for Bregman.
In theory, you should have bought out Tucker's arbitration years right after the 2022 World Series.
100%.
You should never.
Right after the 2022 World Series, they should have gone out on a high note and signed him to an
8-year deal where you bought out 3 or 4 arbitration years and a high AAV for the back 4. Instead, you gave out a contract to Montero. Instead, you gave a contract out to Jose Abreu. And then now you're sitting here holding the bag. It's the Eric Andre meme where he shoots Hannibal Buress. And he's like, why would they do that?
Why would they do that?
Well, that's, because look, if you did that, and then in 2028, Kyle Tucker walks at age 31, you're like, okay, well, we'll try to get you back, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That debacle of 2022 is crazy, dog. Crazy. Over the periods of time of when empires fall, you can always just go back to watching, Nero watching Rome burn, the British Empire falling, any empire, right? You just go back to a point. I think we can go back to the offseason of 22 now. Just be like,
what could have happened? What could have been?
Really fucked that up. What do you think about Pedro Leon? I think you're pot committed.
Yeah, I think.
And hope something comes out of it.
Your hopes with Pedro Leon is that he can
and he hasn't
contribute as a bench bat type of.
And he hasn't figured it out.
Altuve should call Crane now. I mean, we're wasting the last years of him now. I don't think we're wasting them. I think the Astros.
The Astros need to get back to October so he can get the top.
Yeah,
selfishly,
I'm more optimistic.
Home runs.
I'm more optimistic for 2026 than I am for next year. So there is a window still, and then we've been talking about it. I think 2026, 27, and 28, those years can still, no matter almost no matter what happens right now, those years can be competitive and good because you're going to have so much room to sign other free agents. It's just if you make the right moves. We'll see. We're trading Framber before the trade deadline. Yeah, we said it a couple times where we just think that's probably the best time to trade him.
Yeah, Salvatore, I think you're right. 2025 simple. Win the division, get in, get hot at the right time. 100%. I think the division's really bad where you can get 85 wins. Does need you to suit up for next season at this rate. I can roll out of bed and rack up some singles. That's about it. Not gonna bring much, but I'll take a league minimum deal. Oh man, yeah, 23 sucks. Yeah, the repeat was there. I just go on a fucking home game. Uh, does it right for $30 a year for 10 years. I don't even. I think that's still way too much. I think I actually have.
You'd have to pay.
I think I would have to pay. I think I have 2 logged innings at right field in my college career. And both times I almost like shit myself out there. I was like
tracking a deep fly ball.
No, dude, no. Literally any ball in the gap, I was looking at the center fielder. I was like, see ya. Like, no.
You're throwing people out a second though.
I'll let one go.
Here, patiently waiting for one of the 16-year-old Cuban Dominican Republic prospects to debut in 2029. I mean, that's the thing that I think keeps the Astros. Part of the thing that keeps the Astros window open indefinitely. It's just how much of a stronghold they've set in Dominican Republic and with Cuban prospects. Like, they have the academies and stuff. Like, I don't think we'll ever see the Astros of 2010 to 2014 again. I think they've established enough of a foothold in baseball in general to where, at worst, they're like a St. Louis that hangs around the rim and wins a ship every 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Or St. Louis of old. I mean, they've kind of fallen off recently, but.
God, I just want one more. I did get on the internet yesterday and say I would sell myself for 3 more, and $1 billion.
One more ship in the 2020s would make me very happy. I'll take that.
You believe you're winning the division without Tuck and Bregg? I don't.
I think they could.
I think it's a coin flip.
The Mariners and Rangers are your 2 biggest things. If the Rangers figure everything out, they're tough. But they got, they're the Rangers.
I would 100% Roy. I would have to pay. I would have to pay myself to play. And even then, it's not.
The Mariners do not have the hitting unless they go get Alonso, Santander, and somebody else. Like, they just don't have the lineup. Even if they got Alonso and Santander, that puts them on par with the Astros right now. In my opinion, they don't have the bats. They have great arms. And if they're smart, they'll trade 1 or 2 of their starters for, a couple of the. You know what? Prediction right now. At some point in this offseason, the Mariners trade 1 of their starters to the Padres for one of their star hitters. That's my prediction. I think that makes a lot of sense. The Padres have said they're willing to listen to offers on their stars, and the Mariners have expressed interest in trading from their strength of starting pitching. I think that just makes too much sense. All right, we've been going for almost an hour.
It's already been an hour. Whew.
And it still hasn't.
The moment anytime we get off or stop.
I feel like as soon as we turn this off, it's gonna happen.
Tez put it on Riverside. I think I ran into I think I ran into 4 or 5 at Riverside. King of Topspin. King of Topspin.
Shout out to the 110 people watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit subscribe. Yeah, and if you're watching on Instagram or Twitter, just hit that follow and then go over to YouTube. I think YouTube's just the best place to watch
button,
these.
Please,
the chat's always bumping, and
please.
we're trying to get to 13K.
Trying to get
YouTube.
to 100,000.
Yeah, we're also trying. That's the end goal, I guess.
We're trying to get to 100,000 followers. We're at 13.
We're up like 30 from yesterday. We're at 12,922. 78 more to go. Quick math. Tomorrow we got a lot going on. Tomorrow come join us for the watch party for the Rockets at J-Bar M. $5 margs, $2 wells, I think
so.
Good food, cheap beer, and sports.
Great food.
Great food. Great food.
And then
1 million followers. I'm waiting on the Des crash out.
I think we all are. Wow.
I can't believe what you just showed me. All right.
Yeah.
Let me pull that up.
No.
No, just for.
No, I mean, I wouldn't.
I don't like that.
No, it's just a.
Feels like we're
no
waiting
talk.
for test scores. Oh my god, dude! Oh man, you just took me back. You remember that, waiting on test scores?
This feels like waiting to make the team or not. Like you're about to
You're waiting
put
on
you're about to make the roster.
Altuve hitting a walk-off bomb off Devin Williams to go to the World Series. I would love that. I was saying earlier, like Devin Williams is a stud. Something about the Yankees and closers, just ever since Rivera left, like they just don't have that guy. Even if they have that guy for the regular season, you're like, oh, this, you had Chapman, you had Holmes last year, and even who was the guy that just came out of nowhere in the playoffs for them?
Warren, Weaver.
Luke Weaver. It's like, yeah, these guys like clearly are studs, great in the regular season, but when they get to that moment in the playoffs, that big moment, they crumble. And
Weaver's filth though.
Weaver's
nasty, filthy.
Until we give up a fucking
filthy. Oh, they threw him every other.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's part of the problem is just their philosophy of just throwing that guy out there all the time.
Man.
But now they have a Weaver and a Devin Williams, which is a nasty combo.
Riley over on YouTube says saw a mock through AJ with the fills, any legs. I'll check in. It's interesting.
3-way trade with fills and who?
Any offseason interviews planned with Astros players from Michael on YouTube? Yeah, just kind of let the dust settle.
Yeah, we usually wait till after the.
We wait till
holidays.
After the new year. Let the guys kind of enjoy their family time and, before that calendar turns over, they get back to work. So
yeah. We're never one to like.
And then again, if you come on our
players.
podcast, you're probably gonna get traded because apparently, like, if you have any fucking relation to us, you get signed somewhere else.
That was right when meetings began. Yeah.
Scott here, but why are Cubs fans somebody more willing to give up Shaw over Cam Smith? Just looking at prospect rankings doesn't make sense. Cody, a good question. I think Shaw's the real deal, but he's 5'8.5", 5'9". Cam Smith 6'3", 225, 14th overall from Florida State.
Yeah, I think Cam Smith might have the bigger ceiling.
Yeah.
Shaw is the more.
Shaw's refined. Shaw's ready to go. Cam Smith, obviously, he have I think a total of 50 games last year. Got all the way up to AA. But Cam Smith was also a top 100 guy out of high school, and he went to Florida State. So I mean, when I being a college baseball fan, I know how difficult it is for top 100 kids pre-NIL to make it to campus. That guy really wanted to be a Seminole, and he had a great career. And so I'll take ball players like that. Those are rare breeds. So I think that for the Cubs' perspective, they see the ceiling of Cam. And Cam kind of, I don't know, he may be too big at third, maybe eventual first. He's too athletic to play first. Could play the outfield corners. Like, he's kind of in a weird
David
settle.
Collins, some would say 5'9" is the perfect height. I think some would say that. People probably under 5'10" would say that. Junior, whoa, I have a no trade clause. Riley was saying Phils and Cubs are like a rumored 3-team trade. We gotta look into that. I don't know what that would be. Well, I don't know what that would look like. Because if you're going for Paredes, like, I don't think you're also going for Bohm.
Yeah.
And unless there's a Phillies prospect you like, and like you do like Paredes, Smith, and then from the Phillies you get. But then you'd also, I don't know, man. Maybe you get a Justin Crawford thrown in there. I don't know.
I think the other side that we're what also upsets me is, and maybe it's just 2025. You play for the division, you get hot, you get in. Baseball, anything can happen, right? That shouldn't be the mindset. The mentality should not be, what happens if we get in? No, it's let's win the fucking thing. Like no one, when the guys meet up at West Palm Beach and they have their first workout, they're not talking about, hey, maybe we can win the division this year. Maybe we can get in. Like, that's not the mentality. The mentality is championships. It's been championships. We're spoiled. You play for pennants here. Like, yeah, the last 2 years sucked ass. You got bounced in the first round by Hinch and Scoobs. And then the year before, you lost your in-state rival. And they go on to win the World Series. I mean, obviously, the Astros win the ALCS. They win the World Series.
I put that out of my mind.
But you just can't have that mentality. Like, you can't just be like, we can be just good enough. No one wants to fucking hear that.
Yeah. No,
We're just good enough?
I want to go into every spring training predicting a World Series champ. As much as we've been wrong in the past, I love going into a season and predicting 100 wins and being like, that's reasonable. I don't want to go back to, oh, maybe we can get 89 wins. Like, ugh. I don't want that to happen. Roll Tide, say, keep it up with the good work. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Roll Tide. Sorry you guys didn't make the playoffs.
Are you sorry, though?
Yeah, no, I mean, I like Alabama and I like Jalen Milroe.
I mean, when you were in Alabama for the Texas Alabama game,
they treated me well. I will say, Alabama fans treated me well when I was in Tuscaloosa. Great football town.
Oh
Great
yeah, David Collins with the win 56% of the games vibes. Ugh.
It just feels that way, right?
Yeah,
it just
it's that fucking nerd mindset. Fucking nerds.
Says the nerd.
Yeah, I know. I'm the biggest fucking nerd, but I don't want my my team mindset to be like, I get it, but I feel like you aim for the ceiling. You might get there. You might get like 95% of the way there. If you aim lower, I feel like aiming lower, you're less likely to get above that.
John Morosi, Kyle Tucker, trade talks between Cubs and Astros have continued to gain momentum. Sources have confirmed. MLB Network.
Okay. So I mean, that's
I think we're gonna keep this stream on till maybe 2.
We gotta find something else to do.
Yeah.
You can watch some old highlights or I don't fucking know. Gotta do something. Play a little game here.
This is doom scrolling on a Friday. How poetic! It's a Friday the 13th, and we're potentially giving away a perennial MVP, a homegrown perennial MVP. Those guys don't walk through the door,
I
and
wish.
we just keep letting them walk through the door.
I wish
so
Friday the 13th guy would just come stab me.
Who is that? Is that Freddie? Jason. Who's Friday the 13th?
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason's Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Freddie is Nightmare, and then Michael is Halloween.
Heathen goes. Suzuki, Paredes, and Smith would be grounds for Hoyer to be terminated on the spot for a pure rental, no matter how good. 3 years of Paredes plus 2 for Suzuki and 6 years with Smith, far too much. I don't.
As from the Cubs' perspective, I get that, but you're also you're getting a guy that
you're getting a BP.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think Suzuki's out. I do think Suzuki's out. He has a no trade.
Yeah. But like, I feel like people for the past few years we've known as Astros fan that Kyle Tucker's been underrated.
Extremely underrated.
He's been a perennial, like, for the past 3 years he's put up MVP like numbers at times, like just below that tier. And I mean, if you look at his numbers, he's not far off of Juan Soto.
Career.
It's crazy.
Or Kyle Tucker, 23.
Yeah.
274 average, OPS plus of 139, career OPS of 870.
He was on a 8+ WAR pace last year.
Yeah, he would. I mean, legitimately would have been in the same conversation with. I mean, obviously behind Judge.
Yeah.
But it would have been Soto, Tucker, and.
You're getting a guy that's
shortstop.
essentially immediately the best player on your team, or at least top 2, top 3. So yeah, I mean, you're gonna trade. It's gonna cost a lot.
I will say this: it's kind of cool to see MLB Network an hour behind us.
Oh, that they're talking. They're releasing news that you've already heard. And we already.
If you're
know.
a fan of the show, you gotta know.
He's better than Soto in 23 with most metrics. Yeah, I mean, I think he's right there. He's right there with Soto, and you look at what the Padres got for Soto. It's going to be around that. If Tucker is traded before Bregman signs, that's a bad sign. Bregman's also gone. I don't.
I will go.
disagree
I'm
with
going to
that.
go with the Titanic. I'll go down. I'll go down with the ship
Not
until
keeping
Bregman's
Bregman
gone.
or Tucker was not what I was expecting going into the year. Yeah, I don't think. This whole time, going back to the beginning of last year, I thought the whole time they're going to keep one or the other. The whole question was like, should the Astros keep Bregman or Tucker?
Well,
They should keep one of the two, right?
Should the
They're gonna
Astros
keep one
keep
of the two,
Springer?
right?
Should the Astros keep Correa? Should the Astros keep Cole? Should the Astros keep Bregman? Should the Astros keep Tucker?
Soto's contract is an abomination.
I would love, and we're working. I want to get Jeff in here and shop with him. I would love to be like, hey, Monday morning quarterback this. What would you have done?
Yeah, I'd be interested.
I don't know if actually I don't know if I want to. I would ask that question.
Because you hear like
I don't.
got this and
I
this
would
and
hear.
this.
I would hear the stuff I want to hear.
Yeah, and it'd make
And
me feel
then
worse.
it would just be. It would be. What was the movie with Ashton Kutcher with in 2000s, Butterfly Effect.
Oh,
It would just it would mind fuck me. I would spiral into madness.
Cuban right-handed pitcher, 17 years old, officially signed with the Houston Astros. Cuban national team member of the under-15 World Cup 2022 team, 6'4". So we'll see him in 2030. Says, is Smith a for sure in Tucker trade? We don't know any for sure.
We don't know any for sure, but
Yeah.
I think he has to be.
God, what is this?
John Heyman, Cubs continue to work hard on potential college soccer. Deer Paredes and Cam Smith are among names being discussed.
It needs to be more than those two.
Wow, it almost seems like Heyman is in 90 minutes behind us.
Maybe you should be in the breaking news.
We're not in the
game.
breaking news game. We're not in the breaking news game. But if there was a deal to be done, I think it'd be a 3-for-1.
Okay. Just reported that Boris and the Yanks have massive beef now. Yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit? Did you see that report? That their relationship is borderline unrepairable is the word.
Get the fuck out of here. That's
Yeah.
the Yankees crying. That's no. It's he has too much power and he has too many players for a Boris guy to never be a Yankee again. Meanwhile, they have the number one Boris arm on the fucking. Oh man. Yeah. Well.
So let me pose this to you right now. If right now we got the news, Kyle Tucker traded for Paredes and Cam Smith.
No.
Give me that rating of that trade, 1 through 10.
10 being the best, 1 being
Awful. We got fleeced. 1 being we got fleeced.
those two.
Just those
3.5.
Yeah. Now, if you throw in a Cassie with that, where you at?
You throw another top 100 guy, Cassie, Alcantara, Horton. I'm at a 7.
Yeah, that's right. I'm at if it's Cassie Smith and Paredes, I'm at like an 8.5. I'm
That's
really
still too
happy with
high.
that.
Still way too high.
I'm really happy with that.
It's
I really
way
like.
too high.
I really like getting two young, well-built prospects that look like studs that are ready to contribute to the team, and you get Paredes on top of that to shore up your infield. I like that. Bring back Mancini. Shout out Mancini. That dude, he earned that ring. Isak is not a moving headliner for me. 82 OPS plus when he was with the Cubs. I get the ballparks are different, but he was going. Yeah, I definitely think Cody. I think that time of the Cubs was just a fluke. I think overall he's a great player. If it's a 3.5 and the Astros want more, I hope the Cubs walk. I get where you're coming from, Ethan, as a guy who's been on the other side of that, of the team, past few years, my team trading prospects for a star. I get that hurt and that wanting more. At the same time, like, that's just the market's the market. Cubs have outfield depth. Yeah, but I think comes back to the whole thing of like, well, what is it? Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush type of thing. Like, outfield prospects are prospects. You hope that they could.
You hope they become Kyle Tucker.
You hope that they can be a Kyle Tucker
they become an Alex
for your
Bregman.
team. You don't know that, but what you know is Kyle Tucker is a Kyle Tucker for your team. So it's like, on our end, we need enough for it to be worth it. I'm also fine with the Astros not trading Kyle Tucker. Like I will keep him on my team. It's fine with me. Now Tucker signs long term, then I would add a third top. The thing with that is that never makes sense to me. The whole like sign and extend being like agreed upon.
Yeah,
I feel like that's fully irrelevant from the team. Like that doesn't help the Astros at all. Y'all extending the Cubs extending Kyle Tucker means nothing to the Astros. What they need is what he's worth right now.
What I don't know, what I really don't know is if there's a trade imminent, who the third player would be to put it over the top.
I'm guessing if Cam Smith is being discussed, like is the name that's coming out. It's not. I'm guessing it's not going to be somebody bigger than him.
Player comparison since 2021 with average annual value of free agent contract. Juan Soto slugged .520 with an OPS of 164, a 26 WAR since 2001. Mookie Betts, .527 slugging, 145 OPS, a 23.8 WAR. Corey Seager, .524 with OPS plus of 143 at 19.2 WAR. Seager made 32.5, Mookie 30.4. Juan Soto, $51 million a year. The third guy on that list, Kyle Tucker, slugging .527 with OPS plus of 145. WAR 21.2 with the caveat of he missing 3 months, so he probably around 24 or 25.
Send that to me. I'll pull it up. Just send the tweet in
crazy. That's crazy. You want to walk from that. It's crazy. Crazy.
Suzuki is no longer being discussed, apparently, because of his no trade clause. If the trade is done, does that mean we can up our offer for Breggs? I don't know how directly this affects.
Yeah, I don't think
Breggs, because Breggs thing is all about money, and this is all about prospects and like value there. So I don't know how exact those are correlated. Did you send that?
Yeah, I'll send it to Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, Yankee fans are clamoring for Kyle Tucker. You don't have it. You don't have the wallet. You don't have it. You don't have it in players, and you don't have it in prospects. Sorry, I'm getting so many texts. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right. So I'm just sharing.
John Heyman, Kyle Tucker deal to Cubs is getting close. Yeah, I mean, guys, it's happening. It's imminent. It's fucking imminent.
So this is the thing that we were showing here. So if you look at that value, when those guys were traded, especially Betts and Soto, the value you got, specifically Soto because that's more comp with the time he was traded with the Padres.
It's fucking stupid, dude. That's so fucking.
Are you getting something? Yep, John Heyman, Kyle Tucker deal to the Cubs is getting close. Sad day, but big picture. Yep, you got to think about big picture. Bro, it better be a top 5 prospect. That's my thing. Smith has been talking to this. Smith is technically the Cubs' number 7 prospect, but he's talked about like he's worth way more. So
I think Smith becomes your top prospect in the fucking org.
You think he immediately jumps over Melton?
Yes.
I mean, technically he would, right? Because Melton is MLB's number 89 prospect, and Smith is MLB's number 73 prospect. So yes, technically he would immediately become the Astros' number 1 prospect. Dez's reaction means we got a bottle of Gatorade.
Tucker, Paredes, and Cam Smith is in the works as mentioned close. John Heyman.
John's all over it right now.
Oh, man. John, you're about 90 minutes behind us, Bubba. There's going to be a third. I don't know who it is.
Would you rather it be a prospect or a mid-level MLB guy?
Prospect.
I would too. Looking at the Cubs right now.
And Cam Smith is for sure in. Cam Smith is in. Paredes is in. I just don't know who the third is.
I really wish it was Cassie. I don't think it will be. I just feel like if Cam Smith is a name that's there, I feel like that means he's the highest prospect. And any third name in there is going to be lower on the totem pole. Let's look at the Cubs prospects. Top 30 prospects. Below Cam Smith at number 7, you have Jefferson Rojas, shortstop, Fernando Cruz, shortstop, Wiggins, right-handed pitcher, Pedro Ramirez, third baseman / second baseman, Cole Mathis, first baseman / third baseman. The next MLB-ready prospect down there is Jack Neely, right-handed pitcher, their 18th ranked prospect. 6'8", Jesus Christ. Christian Franklin. I really don't like any of the guys underneath Cam Smith. I would fucking love it if it was Cassie. Throw Steele in there? No. Interesting. There's a reason there was no communication between Juan Soto and his former Yankees teammates. Per Bob
That was crazy.
The reason was Soto changed his cell phone number because he was getting bombarded by people about texts and stuff. So now he's reaching out to old Yankees teammates.
Did you see Heyman just
Why did he redo that? What just happened?
No,
there?
did you see him try to hug Soto?
Heyman did?
Yeah, at the press conference when he was like a little child just sitting there.
Oh my God, that's bad.
Tucker for Brady's and Cam Smith is in the works as mentioned close. There's got to be a third.
So
I think it's a 3-for-1.
Heyman retweeted that. Why did he do that? He said
Quote tweeted.
Yeah, re-quote tweet. He quote tweeted Tucker Paredes and Cam Smith in the works as mentioned. Oh, okay. He just added the 4 Paredes. Rojas is a baller, 3 years younger than Glees. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not. If we're getting prospects, I want guys that are going to be here soon. Let me.
Yeah, guys, I think it's happening. Top of the hour, 106. Cam Smith's good, though, man.
Yeah, so I have Cam Smith's stats right here. 21 years old, he had a 1,004 OPS from low A to double A in 2024. It's only 32 games total. So in 32 games, he jumped from low A to double A.
He played shortstop at Florida State.
7 home runs, 24 RBI. Not a whole lot of walks. Oh, it's a decent walk rate. Yeah. And he is 6'3", 224.
Kid's a specimen.
Righty bat, third baseman. I wouldn't mind Alcantara. 6'6". If it's Cam Smith and Alcantara,
There's a lot of people that are going to be upset about the Cam Smith and just Paredes. Cam Smith's a baller. He's a real deal. I just got to know what that third thing is.
In my mind, it needs to be an outfield prospect. It needs to be a guy that, in theory,
Is it?
nothing. Yeah, in my mind, it needs to be an outfield prospect.
Alcantara is really good. Sorry, Rob. I'm catching up on YouTube comments. Yeah, everyone jumping in on IG now. Yeah, it's probably a minute. Yeah, everyone, prepare yourself. Is Cam Smith pro ready? I think he's a year away, Jason.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll start at Sugar Land. He may force himself up just because of talent. The guys.
Tucker is Soto level good. Asking price should be much higher.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wish there was a
I don't know how this went from my thing.
Michael King in there.
My thing with this is, I don't know how this went from Suzuki, Paredes, and Cam Smith to Paredes, Smith, and then just like.
Well, I think everything changed when the no trade clause was.
I know, but like if I'm Dana, I'm like, okay, well, I need at least 2 prospects that can give me the value of a Suzuki, or at least a top prospect that can replace. Like if it's not Suzuki, then it better be Cassie. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
it's Matt Shaw. I don't think it's gonna be Matt Shaw. I think he's untouchable for them.
I know they tried for Shaw. I know they tried for fucking hell to get Shaw, and I think Cam Smith was the consolation prize. Which, okay, yeah, Russell. The add a bullpen arm, Morgan or Pearson. I think if I had to guess, at the third arm, it's either going to be like Wisnaski or Assad, major league arm.
I don't. As nice as it is to have more, I just feel like an arm like that, the Astros are so good at just getting those guys from the fringes for nothing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Roy, I think it's a good point. I think the Astros fan base did not appreciate Kyle Tucker. I don't think they appreciate the greatness of Kyle Tucker. I don't think they appreciate
Astros fans or the rest of the league?
The fan base. I think this Astros fan base did not appreciate Kyle Tucker in the sense of. I don't think anyone in here, but I do think a silent majority.
I definitely think overall he should be heralded as close to the level of Soto, and he's not even nobody.
And the whole thing is because he did everything so nonchalantly. That's just who he is. Like you want him to be the raw fired up dude. That was never him. Yeah. It was Kyle Tucker was Kyle Tucker. When you look at it in that sense, in that view, it's greatness, and you're letting greatness walk. So it's
Ari Alexander saying the same thing, just repeating.
I don't.
Said.
And for me, being a baseball fan, and being just a seam head, to be robbed of 3 months of Kyle Tucker and to see him come back, battle back from a fractured leg and find a way to play with that, that's going to be my last memory. That sucks because he deserved 162 of, hey, you're our guy. Obviously it's a business and you're moving on. That's what hurts me the most. And granted, look, I'm biased. We're biased here. Kyle Tucker has been great to this company, to us. Yeah. So
that sucks, dude. Yeah, Jet's right. I mean, Kyle Tucker immediately becomes the best player on the Cubs. The Cubs had last year, they had one player with an OPS over 800 that played regularly, and that was Seiya Suzuki. Kyle Tucker had a 993 OPS last year. So the Cubs are essentially immediately getting the best player for their team. So they better be it better cost a lot. That's the whole thing.
Gator bite. It's imminent. It's imminent.
Yeah, it's
Sosa saying it is Paredes, Smith, Assad, and Wicks. I could see that being a thing. I can see that being a thing.
Trey Smith, Assad, and Wicks.
I think the Cubs have that contract waiting for him. And I think you should have Dansby give that to him. You know what I mean?
Jordan Wicks.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker becomes the best player on a lot of teams in the league. 1,000%. 1,000%.
He's the best player in the NL Central if that happens. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Kyle Tucker is what everyone thought Yelich was going to be. I know Yelich got an MVP. I also want to know what happened in Milwaukee, where if you go study the fall off, why the Astros are bad. You know, they're the big bad orange team, and they've yet continued success. There's a lot of people at other organizations that were MVPs that fell off a cliff, and I would say what happened in Milwaukee.
I don't think they're ready for that conversation.
What did David Stearns, a lieutenant of Jeff, do in Milwaukee? People don't want to have that conversation, though. Yeah, I'm going to spiral, guys. It's as simple as that. I'm going to fucking spiral.
If it's a solid win, dude, I do not need more like mid.
I don't need fluff.
Pitching.
I don't need fluff. I don't need bread.
I need a guy.
I need fucking steaks. I need porterhouse steaks, not bread.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't come to the steakhouse to eat bread.
Schwab just tweeted a sad thing about Tucker. I don't know if he heard anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pitcher. The third guy's gonna be a pitcher. So it's gonna be it's a 3-for-1. It's a 3-for-1, guys. I don't know who the pitcher is, but it looks like Paredes, Smith, and the pitcher. Duran over on IG. Are they releasing Bregman and keeping Tucker? No, Tucker's about to be traded.
If it's a pitcher, it better be Horton.
In the next 20 seconds.
There's almost no pitchers on the Cubs major league roster that I'm excited for.
Assad kind of dealt against us, right? I remember. I mean, that was the series right before Mexico.
He's like a
Jose Urquidy relief.
He's like, which is great, like cool, but like that's not
bread.
It doesn't excite me. The Astros need hitters. The Astros need to restore this offense.
I should just fucking tweet it.
You should just fucking tweet it.
No.
Yeah, I think you build up enough good.
No. Like,
Damn it, money rules the MLB.
I would love Santander. I don't think this is the last move.
I don't think
this
so
shouldn't
either.
be the last move.
No, I mean if you make this move, it's to make more moves.
JJ over on YouTube, Jackson Wiggins is really good. JJ, you're a Cubs guy?
I wouldn't hate Wiggins. I wouldn't hate Wiggins. I just want it to be a prospect. It needs to be. I know Horton's your number one prospect.
I'll take Alcantara, but I wish we could have got him.
No, I know. I want bats. Like I don't want Assad. I don't want like the Astros have like 10 starting pitchers right now.
You thought the Joey Luperfido anger was something. This is going to be seismic.
It's going to be bad.
JJ's you're a Cub fan. All right, tell us about. I know Paredes. You guys traded Morel for him. He didn't really fit. Obviously, he has the power, the pop. Obviously, he had a down year for you guys. But I love Cam Smith. I think he's going to obviously be like maybe the number one prospect in our system right off the jump. So
he will be. Yeah.
Give me a little feedback, JJ.
Didn't he blow his knee out recently? Who are we talking about? So sad about this, Daz. You're scaring me. Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know who we're talking about.
Uma, yeah, I'm sad too. I'm sad because Tucker's been one of our guys here. I mean, he fucking played. Didn't even have to play. He played like 4 hours of Fortnite with us. Like, he's been just a genuine human being with us, and sucks. I mean, the human element of it, right? Like, I mean, we love doing content, but like, we know how the sausage is made, and we have relationships with these guys, and it sucks. I mean, I'm ecstatic for him. He's about to get life-changing generational money, and that's fucking awesome. super proud for him. Super, 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 super. So it's not here. I'm glad he's getting it somewhere else. So
Yeah. I'm sure Assad is solid. I'm sure he's great. I don't want that. I mean, he's just talking about Assad, his game logs and everything. Like, that's great. The Astros need offense. The Astros, one thing that they're good at is developing pitching and turning the most mid-level pitching prospect into a guy with a 3.6 ERA that can get you innings. Like, that's never been an issue over the past few years. Ken tweeted. Astros close to acquiring Kyle Tucker. Cubs close to acquiring Kyle Tucker from the Astros for a package led by Esau Paredes, Hayden Wisniewski, and Cam Smith also in play.
All right. Well, selfishly, Hayden is a family friend of ours. That'd be huge for the brand. Huge for the brand.
Hayden's a reliever, right?
Hayden is he's filthy. I'm biased. He's filthy.
I know you're biased.
I'm biased.
That's still not enough to me.
Hayden and me, our dads have been in the same fantasy football league for 25 years. Selfishly, it's good. Selfishly is good. It's good for me. Good for the company.
Now Chandler quote tweeted it. Lots of moving parts, but Hayden Wisniewski, a Houston native and Cy-Fair product, has very much intrigued the Astros.
Do you want to see what I sent my dad at? I sent this text on the way in to my dad at 10:22. Your best buddy's son might be in the Cubs package for Tucker at 10:27 a.m.
I just don't think that's enough. He has a nasty slider. I really that's great and all. I just still don't think that's enough. No. That's so funny. Who's the pitcher is any good? Yeah, Wisniewski.
Hayden.
How do you say it?
Wisniewski.
You're the king of pronunciation.
I am the king.
But you actually know him, so I'm assuming you know how to pronounce it.
That's asking a lot.
Wisniewski. Cubs fleece.
He's filthy, guys. Like, he's got some nasty shit, dog. Nasty.
I mean, if you're doing that,
nasty.
If you're doing that, then you're most certainly trading Presley, I would assume. I just don't. It's not doing it for me. This is what I tweeted yesterday.
Hayden get.
That's what I tweeted yesterday. It needs to be. It can't be a trade that I have to convince myself is good. It needs to be a trade where I go, oh fuck, hell yeah. Sucks that Tucker's going, but like that's a good trade. This is not doing it for me. What if the Astros kick in Presley too? I don't think that. I mean,
Hayden in the lab is gonna be like Scott. I think Hayden goes to the pen. Guys, we're getting a top 100 prospect, and he's going to be the number one prospect in your org.
Now you're spinning it for yourself.
No, Cam Smith is good.
I know he's good, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not doing it for me, Dana. Yeah, it's not doing it for me. We went from Paredes, Suzuki, Cam Smith, and potentially more to Paredes, Cam Smith, and a reliever.
But Suzuki was never a real thing. If the no trade clause and everyone ran with it, then like that shouldn't. If that was never a thing, then we can't.
Even if, but in my mind, that's what you need. That's the value Kyle Tucker brings.
JJ, I'm with you. I think Cam Smith's ceiling is higher than Shaw's. I agree. I think Shaw's MLB ready like this year and can ball out, but the ceiling on Smith is.
Melton breaks spring training.
Melton's going to be on the roster.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's the fourth outfielder.
I am a little too close to give an unbiased opinion on this trade. You know what? You're right.
If this was,
I will recluse myself. What's the word? Recluse. What do they say in law school? What do they say on TV shows? I recuse myself.
Recuse. If this was
recluse, I'm an idiot.
If this was Ben Brown instead of Wisniewski, how would you be feeling about this right now?
It's fine. I'm at a 6.
So earlier you said if it was
I'm at a 5.
If it was Paredes and Cam Smith, you'd be a 3.5. Wisniewski brings this up to a 5.
A third player brings it up to a bare 5. A top 100 guy would have brought it up to 7.
I know. That's what I want to know. The top 100 guy. Like,
but if you get the
Cubs have 8 top 100 prospects, and that we can't get more than 1 from them for this. That's crazy in my mind. That's crazy. Crazy talk. The Astros have shown time and time again they can go get some reliever from the Guardians for a bag of peanuts and then turn him into.
But we have no money. We have no money to do that.
You trade.
Look, if this is the only move you make in the offseason, yeah, it's a loss. But if you make this and you go get a Santander, you go get another bat,
sure,
it's a win.
I'm just judging this move on its own. What Kyle Tucker is worth is more than that, in my opinion.
But the market's the market, the price is the price.
The market should be going up. Soto was traded for more than that just 2 years ago, and the market's gone up. This is supposedly a bidding war that's been going on all week with the Yankees offer and the Phillies offer and the Cubs offer.
The Yankees were giving Gil and a bag of peanuts. And the Phillies gave Baum in a bag of peanuts. Like,
yeah,
this was the best offer.
I do really like Cam Smith, and I do think Paredes is going to make a big difference in this lineup. But I wanted an outfield prospect. If you're trading Kyle Tucker, I wanted an outfield prospect. Alcantara would be great.
I mean, legitimately, you could have Cam Smith at third and Paredes at first by this time next year, with 6 years of control and 2 years of control. Could. I mean, that's what you need to hit on. You need to hit on that.
Toss and press for Alcantara. I don't think press gets you Alcantara if it as like a toss in. I think press gets you like a team's like number 12 guy.
Yeah, I think
AA.
Press's value is just.
Why do Japanese players not like Houston?
Honestly, what if we do this? Sign Kyle Tucker in 2026.
That would be crazy. I don't think
just fleece him, and then go get him. That's That's what I'm gonna say to myself. The Astros are gonna re-sign Kyle Tucker in 2026, and so we get a trade. And
is Cam Smith really like that? Way better than Bryce Matthews. On paper, yes. Based on prospect rankings, definitely yes. But I don't know. Shaw will be the Cubs' only third base option. He cannot be in the deal. Yeah, Shaw. Yeah, Shaw's been out of this for like 2 days.
Yeah, Shaw's been out.
No, Josh Suzuki is not going to be in this deal. He has no trade clause, and it has been reported that he will not. Which is kind of crazy. Why would he not like?
JJ, who's a Cubs fan, I think he nailed it perfectly. Him as a Cubs fan would have loved giving up Cassie and Alcantara instead of Smith. That's how much they value Smith.
Yeah. This is also like this is also might be telling on how much the Astros value Melton and how much they think Melton will contribute in the outfield this year.
Ooh, the Yankees, according to Max Greenfield, the reported offer on the table was Gil, Rice, Lombard Jr., and Will Warren. And Jim Crane did not want to do business with them.
I don't blame him. I don't like that package.
Fuck you.
I don't want Ben Rice. I don't want Elise Hill. I don't know. Neither of those other two guys are on the top 100 prospects list, so Cam Smith is immediately already better than that.
You got to go. This can't be your only move.
Well, like either Jacob Melton's that guy, and that's what's leading to this. They think Jacob Melton could be a Kyle Tucker. Man, I don't know. Man, Cubs got Juan Soto 2.0. Yeah,
the Cubs got to extend him. Chris, I think Breggie's still. I'm not saying in play. I think they haven't decided.
I don't
what's
think
going on.
this move necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think.
Bregman.
Yeah, I don't think it's apples to apples.
Unless we didn't.
We need outfielders. I'm calling Santander. I don't care if we're not going to be able to cover any ground in the outfield. I need pop.
It's official. I'm not seeing anything.
I mean, guys, it was official. It was official 3 hours ago when we started this. This deal was probably done around 10 a.m.
Sources: the Astros have acquired, or the Cubs have acquired Kyle Tucker in exchange for Cubs, Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, and additional pieces. Have heard Assad's name in the mix as well as Jordan. Oh, that was 26 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a 3-for-1, guys. 3-for-1. 3-for-1. I would love to figure out a way to get Breggy back. You have to. Golly, man.
I mean, I feel like I feel like the Yankees just gave up more than this for Devin Williams.
Yeah.
Jacob Melton can be a 30-30. I mean, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of internal pressure now on Jacob Melton to be the guy.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Which is
It's
crazy.
unfortunate for him.
Which is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I think we're just all doom scrolling, huh? We're just all waiting for it to drop. 163 people on YouTube, and thanks for checking in on this stream. Hit that subscribe button, please. We're on the road to 100,000 on the channel. Josh wants 13,000. I want 100,000.
I'm talking about the steps to get
So
there.
tell your friends, and tell your friends' friends. Just all we need. You can mute it. Just hit the subscribe button. Just hit the little bell. And tell a friend. Yeah. Dios mío.
Oh man. Keep switching out cards. We've been going so long, we're running out of space.
It does seem like they're playing for 2026. Figure it out 2025 on the fly, and 2026 you're set up. So, I got a lot of heat last night for my tweet about Tucker. When we were at the bar, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put this. I wanted
Which
to
one?
put two.
You were.
I wanted last night to kind of torpedo this shit selfishly.
Oh, you wanted to like. Put
I just wanted to put up enough. Just deal is expected to be 3-for-1. Tucker for Paredes, Smith, and Hayden Wisnowski mentioned. That's from John Heyman.
I don't know, Jim.
I have to recuse myself. I have to recuse myself from
The
this
Brewers got
conversation.
Nestor Cortez and Caleb Durbin and $2 million for fucking.
Nestor's walking though.
Oh my God, guys!
It's
all right. So if the deal is Cam Smith, Paredes, and Wisniewski.
Suzuki had a no trade clause.
1 through 10, y'all in the chat, tell me how you're feeling about that. Those 3 guys for Kyle Tucker right now, how are you feeling? I'm going to put that at a 4.
Wow.
4.5.
Wow.
To be determined, but that's a 4.5 for me.
Oh, man.
-10. 8. Well, that's nice. That's nice. 7, 4, 2, 3, 8, 3, 6.7. Got a 1. Kind of all over the place here. Lots of. I think it's about average of a 5. 5 or 6. Any word on Seager, though. I don't know what that means. Very gross, 5.69. 0, 8, terrible. Can you repeat the people we get? It would be reportedly Cam Smith, Isaac Paredes, and Hayden Wisniewski. Hayden is a reliever.
/ starter.
Starter, yeah.
Sam Houston kid.
He, guy from Houston.
I mean, honestly, you're a year away from Paredes at third or first, Smith at third or first or outfield. Yannick catching. Melton the outfield. I mean, you got Young overnight.
To put it bluntly, this deal sucks. 8 if we re-sign Bregman. See, I
don't think they're dependent.
I'm fully against judging a single trade based on another move that happens. I just feel like that's not how you should judge things. You can judge the whole offseason as like, okay, this trade happened. That was kind of like, but then this trade was good. So that, the whole offseason gets graded, weighted that way. But why didn't we get more? That's the question. I mean, Dana must be really high on Hayden. And you know what? Like,
the lab is. I can confirm that.
Yeah, I mean, if they think in the lab they can turn him into like I mean, I want to say Taylor Scott, but like I feel like the ceiling has to be higher than that, in my opinion, for it to be for the piece to be worth it. Whenever it is official, we're recording, so I'm gonna clip that part. So keep in mind, like whatever we're saying is like for an IG clip for at least that first minute after it happens.
Man.
If this trade does happen, you have to get another outfielder.
You need more.
You need more. You need a Santander. You need a.
Biggs over on IG. Did I miss something? Kyle Tucker's about to be traded.
Yep.
3-for-1 deal.
Happening any minute now.
You know what? I'm not tiptoeing it around. We knew about it at 11 a.m. It's a 3-for-1 deal. It was trying to be a 4-for-1. It settled on a 3-for-1 around last night. This morning, I think they called around to see some other offers, but this one was kind of done and dusted. So Cam Smith coming over. He'll be your top prospect in the organization. Paredes gives you 30-plus home run potential. Hayden in the lab gives you a guy that can start or be in the bully. Big-time sweeper, big-time changeup. And I like Cam Smith. I like Paredes' potential. So, I think JJ's over on YouTube. He's a Cubs fan. He loves Smith, so he's on everyone. Obviously, that we're gonna love him.
I think most people are gonna see that it's the Cubs' number 7 prospect, and
they're gonna be very upset about that. The reaction's gonna be.
But I mean, I do agree that Cam Smith is higher, and maybe I'm willing to go as high as like a 6.5 on this. I really wanted an outfield prospect from this.
But if you go get a Santander, you go get you shore up your outfield. and you're below the tax, you have flexibility to make a move.
Does that? But I mean, does this adjust the tax at all? Because I feel like in ARB,
you just got 18 off the books.
Well, but then you have Paredes, whatever his
Or he's
ARB
at 6.
at 6, so you gain 12.
Yeah, you're plus 12 right now.
Plus 12.
You're plus 12 in your book.
Yeah.
So the deal's essentially Kyle Tucker for Paredes. Your now number 1 prospect in your org, a rotation bullpen arm that the lab likes, plus the difference of the arbitration, which is $12 million.
Yeah.
I think that's the way you have to look at it, right? Passing bomb?
Pending medicals. Yep.
Breaking.
The Chicago Cubs have acquired star outfielder Kyle Tucker in a trade
Deal
with the
is
Houston Astros. Deal is done. Pending medicals.
All right. Here we go. This is for the IG clip, guys. Just stay with us. Breaking news. The Chicago Cubs have acquired star outfielder, Gold Glove, 30 for 30 guy, 5-tool, legend, Houston legend, 5th overall draft pick Kyle Tucker in a trade with the Houston Astros. Jeff Passan breaks the news.
Chandler
Apollo
Rome.
Media knew it about 2 hours ago. Deal is done.
Chandler Rome confirming it and saying the deal is for Isak Paredes, Hayden Wisniewski, and Cam Smith. Tell me about Cam Smith.
Cam Smith, 14th overall draft pick out of Florida State, a kid that was a top 100 player. Out of high school, decided to go to Florida State. Great career, mad pop, built 6'3", 225, corner infielder, plays third. He played shortstop at Florida State. Ton of pop. Probably your number 1 prospect overnight.
Yeah, he immediately becomes the Astros' number 1 prospect. Hayden Wisniewski, Houston kid.
Cy-Fair kid to Sam Houston, family friend. So glad to see Hayden selfishly come back in that deal.
You said he had a nasty sweeper?
Sweeper. I mean, you got Maton.
Okay.
You got Maton.
Okay.
Get him in the lab.
And then the biggest piece is Isak Paredes.
30-plus power guy.
Pull guy. A lot of Crawford box
pull power.
coming.
Yeah, but Kyle Tucker is no longer a Houston Astro, a guy that you took 5th overall who has been a staple of this organization, a staple of this franchise. And
we're gonna miss Kyle for sure.
You let a generational talent go. You let a 30-30 guy. You let a 5-tool player. You let a lot of lotto tickets that you wish a Kyle Tucker could be in your own organization when you have one at home. And Kyle Tucker is now a Chicago Cub. We wish him best of luck. Kyle Tucker has been nothing but great to us here at Apollo. He's a great human being. A friend. It sucks. Like that level of it sucks. Losing him in the outfield sucks just as bad. But
yeah,
they've been so great. Him and his wife, his team, his camp. I can't say thank you enough to the Tuckers. Kyle Tucker is
one
a
more
Chicago
for the road.
Cub. I just wish we could have
out.
fucking just enjoyed. Like we were robbed. He has a fractured leg for 3 months. We don't get to see him. He plays hurt. He grinds it out.
Yeah,
he
we
gets
were
back.
always waiting for that full Kyle Tucker MVP season, and
we don't get the opportunity to see it. So the Cubs get an MVP. The Cubs get a guy that's probably their best player that they've seen since they probably won a World Series, and yeah.
Salute to you, Kyle.
Fuck. All right, there's your IG clip. I wish I could just. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a bar in Mexico, and I'm gonna go get a. We're selling tequila, beer, and fish tacos. That's my bar. I'm done. I can't continue this shit. I can't continue being friends. My friends are.
My friends keep leaving me.
It's a fucking. I feel like Tony Stark, and everyone, and this Thanos snaps out, and it just.
So, practically, Right now, the Astros outfield is
Ass. We need to go fix that.
Astros outfield right now is probably Chaz in left, Myers in center, and Dubon in right. When Jordan is DHing. That's your outfield. So I would expect that more moves are coming. I would expect a Santander might happen.
I do not think this is the last. Sorry, guys, I gotta get these tweets out. I'm gonna look at the comments. Thoughts, gut reaction. What are we feeling? What are we thinking? We're in pain. Hey, look, you know what? Let's fucking air it out. No one's on the internet. No one's watching this shit. Let's let it all out. Everyone put your cards out there in the comments, or they're on IG, Twitter, TikTok. Just let it out. Therapy session. Get it out. You know what? Actually, you know what? What we're gonna do? Let's tweet out the voicemail line.
Yeah, I can figure that out.
Let's just get that out there
we'll
too.
Just
but
tell,
also,
we'll just tell the chat. We'll tell the chat, and I'll get it figured out.
Confirm, Hayes. Luke, I'm gonna be a baby. I lost a friend. So Bellinger's probably gonna be a Yankee now.
All right. If you want to call into the show, it is 832-409-1558.
Yeah, leave a voicemail.
Yeah, leave a voicemail.
Leave a voicemail. Don't. We're playing this on the internet. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Fuck it. We're doing it live.
No, we could potentially try that. I don't know exactly how to.
This can't be the only move. 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 Damn, I should have just broke that news, dude. I was on that shit, dog. Fuck.
We could have.
I know, dude. I'm so gun shy. I'm so gun shy, but like that was the one we could have.
I get it. It's a good way to be about it, not wanting to step on toes. But like, I think by now you've built up enough
dude, like
goodwill.
I was kind of like, I feel like I can go to market. I feel like we can go to market with this one, and we didn't. Signing Alonso would kind of be dirty because him and Tuck were high school teammates. All right, let me go over on YouTube to see all the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I'm catching up. 202 people in chat over on YouTube, over 1,000 over on Twitter. Yeah, I think a lot of people are pissed that we didn't get Suzuki. Suzuki had a no trade clause, guys. The media that ran with the Suzuki thing, even I did too. No one really, and he exercised that no trade. Some people said fleece. Some people said heartbroken. It had to happen. If only they didn't trade J-Lo for a rental. Current constructed this as a 70-win team. No, I think they still get to 85. I think they race to 85. A lot of people go get TR, bring him home. Go get Teoscar. This was an awful trade by not getting outfield in return. Jorge, I think so, but I think they're not done. Obviously, they're going to have to go get bats now. Essentially, the trade was Paredes, Smith, Hayden, and you got $12 million because you're no longer paying Tucker the $18 million in arbitration. You're paying $6 million for Paredes. 18 minus 6 is 12.
Look at you. Look at you doing math on the fly.
We are very right-handed heavy, John. That's a good point. We lost a precious left-handed bat. We're right-handed heavy. I think go get Santander. Go get Breggy. Go get Santander. James, do we flip Valdez for a good outfielder? I think you hold Pat on Framber as 180 innings till right now. Retired Asher, there's no way. Can we scroll? People actually, we can't. We're not accepting calls.
I'm gonna accept.
We're not gonna. No, we can't do that. I don't want. That's too much risk to be online.
I think it's fine.
No, just send it to voicemail. We'll do the voicemails because that could be its own Instagram plan.
Well, I asked one of our guys to call.
Oh. I would love Santander. Go get Santander. Hey, this is John.
John. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's too loud. What do we? No. I'm gonna crash out.
Well, I'll just have John or somebody call in.
If King Tux got me, I guess nobody's got me. Woo! Yeah. Oh man.
Johnny, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How are you guys doing? Big fan.
No.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting more calls. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we got you. We got you.
Cool, man. Big fan of you guys. Watching for so long. I love Josh's hat that he has on. It's beautiful. I'm sad. I'm really sad right now, guys. This is a huge bummer.
Yeah. No, it's a shift in philosophy. It's a shift in your outlook for 2025 and 2026, obviously. But fuck it, ball up top, I guess. Ball up top.
My question is, can we do some sort of fundraiser of sorts to maybe get the money to convince them to not make this trade happen? Like, I could probably throw in a few bucks. I know we can all probably scrounge together at least a few $100 to make this work, to have Kyle stay here.
I have $3. We can do that.
Yeah, we can just crowdsource. Let's crowdsource some money. Actually, let's just.
People do it to make their shitty movies. Like, might as well do it for something real.
Hey, if Kraven the Hunter got made, then we can figure something out.
Yeah, that Kyle Tucker's about to get like 47 times the box office of that movie in the opening weekend. That's kind of wild.
That is wild.
I also you have to go get outfielders. I don't think internally you have the answers. I mean, I think Chaz bounces back. Obviously, you have Jordan. I think you need to go get 2 more outfielders. You need some pop in the lineup. I don't think Pedro Leon's going to be a guy. I still think he's a Jag. Jag is just another guy.
In my opinion, it has to be either Teoscar or Santander. You get one of those two, and you structure a deal where it's like $10 million this year, $25 million next 2 years, something like that, 3-year deal.
Roy with a great comment. Cubs play in Houston 6/27 through 29. Yeah, that one's gonna hurt. That one's gonna hurt like a motherfucker.
Y'all, the number is 832-409-1558. Leave a voicemail.
Yeah, leave a voicemail.
We're gonna react to them live here because I can read the transcript and make.
Yeah,
sure
we can.
Crazy.
You got you have to go get more. You have to go get more players.
Yeah.
Kyle Tucker is no longer a Houston Astro. MVPs don't grow.
Crazy, man. What the hell?
MVPs don't grow.
I didn't. So peek behind the curtain. I made 2 different Bregman videos, Bregman tribute videos, ready to go out. I prepared them. Me and Jacob worked together on them. They're ready to go. I did not even start on a Kyle Tucker video.
Yeah, we have nothing. We have nothing.
Because why would you? I'm sorry, I'm still here. Why would you?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a great.
It makes no sense. And I know our guy JB had the best tweet I've ever seen the other day, and it's like, well, we didn't pay George, we didn't pay Correa. We didn't pay Correa because we got to pay Bregman. We're not paying Bregman because we got to pay Tucker. Now Tucker's gone, and we're not going to pay Bregman. And then we got Jacob Melton, great guy. I bet he's amazing. But I mean, it's not Kyle Tucker. I love Jacob Melton so much, and I love you. But please God, I'm going to leave so someone else can come in here and leave a nice voicemail for you fellas. But I'm infuriated right now, and I'm upset. And I know y'all are too. And it's over, right? It's over.
No,
I don't think it's over.
I don't think it's over.
But I appreciate.
It's over.
I appreciate your opinion, caller. We're gonna let you
our
go.
random caller.
We're gonna let you go so we can get some more calls in.
Jack Curry from Yes, as expected, Tucker is traded. The Yankees had discussions with the Astros, but they were never going to include the dynamic Luis Gil, who won Rookie of the Year.
They were not
It
even going
cannot
to
be a
include.
free-
Oh,
yeah.
hell
So
no.
I told you the Yankees are just full of shit, dog. Yankees were never going to come with a deal.
All right, caller. We're going to hang up on you now.
Thank you, caller. Thanks for tuning.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Everyone tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. I think let's actually pull the curtain back right now as we're about to load up on these voicemails. The news of this actually coming real life probably, obviously when Dana was like, we're looking at it, when I think Ari and Chandler had asked. The people that I know went kind of DEFCON 5 quiet around Tuesday, and they have continued to be quiet all the way up to this point, and so I knew something was afoot. So the trade, the 3-for-1 trade, it was they were trying to get a 4-for-1. Early hours this morning, the dust settled. When I woke up, I saw a 3-for-1 come across my screen, and that's what was kind of the leading edge to it. I think we went live around 11 a.m.
Yeah, we were ready to go live at we were going to go live at noon, and Des got a message,
I got a
and
call.
he was like, let's go live now.
Let's
And
go
I was
live.
Like, okay.
Fuck it, let's go live.
And then it took another hour and a half for
Yeah,
it to actually come out.
it legitimately took 3 hours from when I got the call. As you can tell, guys, I got multiple calls. This is day 3 of the show that we've been doing. The text I got was not this, so that text moment when I was spiraling is still alive. We'll see. I think you guys can connect who that was. Yeah. So the number, once again, I think some people asked over on IG.
I'm about
Josh.
to tweet it out too.
We're going to tweet it out.
832-409-1558. Leave us a voicemail.
I 79 message.
He's got a bunch of texts. All right, let's play one of these voicemails.
Oh my god.
Let me refresh this, see if we got any others.
I'm gonna text him.
Kyle?
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably getting so many texts right now.
I'm just gonna text him. I love you. Thank you.
Did you text Chris at all? All right, let's play one of these. See what they're saying.
After the Tucker deal getting done, what are the chances Bregman signs?
After the Tucker deal being done, what are the chances Bregman signs? Let's not say what are the chances, but do you think the chances went up or down based on this deal?
I think they were. I don't think they're
You don't think it was
connected.
affected? I think, in my opinion, they go down because you got Isak, so you're less, desperate, I guess. But I don't think they pulled their offer or anything. I think whatever offer they had on the table for Bregman is still there, and it's more up to whether other teams beat that offer or not. Let me read through this. Okay, we can listen to this one. It doesn't seem to be anything crazy.
I think this is unreal to trade Kyle Tucker. I understand you only have 1 year left of control, so you need something in return. But this is not inspiring to the fan base that we're going to go and re-sign Kyle Tucker. He's probably mad that he's being traded, so he definitely doesn't want to come back next year. This puts us in a bad spot. I think our time's over of being competitive at the top of the AL. Yes, we can still fight middle of the pack, but this is not inspiring, and I hate this.
That sounds like our good friend John. John, yeah. I mean, I mostly agree. I'm still in the kind of mid 4 to 6 range on this trade, whether I like it or not. I do think Cam Smith is great. I think Paredes is going to do well for the Astros. I do think if he starts the season with a 200 batting average in April and May, he's going to get crucified by the fan base. Unfortunately for him, man, it would have hurt a lot less if Framber got moved. Well, okay, yeah, sure. Let's see, we got another one here.
I was literally. I'm in February. I'm going to Kyle Tucker's foundation event in Tampa. Like I'm going.
Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm gonna support him and his foundation.
New Chicago Cub, Kyle Tucker.
Oh man! All right, that's the business, baby.
Yeah,
It's the show business.
I do think they were never
It's
gonna
show business, baby.
They were never gonna sign Kyle Tucker in the open market. So I don't hate getting something for him. All right.
Nathan says Paredes hit 230 last year. Wisnowski was at 3.6 last year. I don't look at wins and losses. Paredes profiles, his swing profile is like crazy to Minute Maid Park. Wisnowski's going to be your Phil Maton with the sweeper, cutter, changeup combo. Cam Smith is I will probably stand on the table for Cam Smith his entire career now as an Astro. I think the guy's a stud. I think he was a stud at Florida State. I thought he was a stud when he was in high school. And I think he's a ball player.
Why are we acting like a small market team?
I don't think we're acting like a small market team in the sense of we're spending. We just didn't spend wisely. Now we got to pay the piper. Like we robbed Peter to pay Paul, and we whiffed on Abreu. You whiffed on Montero. You whiffed on other contracts, and now you're paying the piper when you have two homegrown MVP caliber players going to free agency or about to approach free agency. That's what you do. And
I have a theory. I think, unfortunately, the Abreu deal specifically, Montero deal as well, I think solidifies Crane's position of not handing out long contracts. Not because those are long contracts, but because the risk-reward of a contract being bad.
Yes, sir.
The risk-reward of a contract being bad
they broke the news.
is compounded by a player being bad.
Can you tell his dad to have him come on the pod? Okay, thanks. All right, well, Wisniewski's on the pod. We'll get to know the perspective of a player traded from the Cubs side.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a whirlwind for him. He just got traded to come back to Houston.
I'm sure his family's ecstatic.
Yeah. I mean, so this is how great of a person Hayden is, and obviously I'm biased. My parents went up to Wrigley. They went to a game. Hayden didn't even play. He was actually about to be sent down. He gave my parents a full tour of Wrigley on his, like, as he was being optioned back down because he up down guy, spent time with them to give him a full tour. Like, that's the type of human Hayden is. Like, obviously we're all here because we lost an MVP and Kyle Tucker and stuff like that. But you're getting a good human on the.
I hope by the end of the season I'm like, well, shit, that was really worth it. He's a lockdown in our bullpen. Or
oh yeah.
Like I hope I'm like that was actually worth it. How different is Bregman and Cam Smith's ceiling? I feel like that's a good question. Ooh. Is Cam Smith's ceiling Alex Bregman?
No, I think that's not fair.
I know that's tough.
I don't think that's fair.
That's the tough thing. All right, let's listen to another voicemail here.
I think it's a load of crap. I hate Jim Crane.
Thank you for the honesty caller.
Chan
Jesus.
he was an up and down pitcher, and this was two years ago. So
here's another long voicemail.
He's on now.
I still see your shadows in my room. That's the love that I gave you.
Why?
Oh,
That's funny.
I'm gonna see if we can get. Should I just FaceTime Tuck? Just like, come on, dude, answer.
He's not gonna answer.
I know he's not gonna answer, but like,
There's no way.
I want him to think about it.
You want him to have a little moment of like,
Just a little.
we can call him. I'm calling him on this number right now.
Tucker, yeah, the final. I love the poeticness of Tucker catching the last out in 22. Like, we'll always have that.
So both people that made the put out for the 2 World Series rings are gone. That's tough. Still have Altuve made the assist.
I don't know how you did not extend Kyle Tucker
This time
in 2022. You just won the World Series. You could have bought arbitration years out. And,
I mean, can you say then? Is that number public?
No, I can't. No,
Okay.
That's be it. Look, I was with Tuck when the Astros took arbitration. Like that could have been, looking back, that could have been
nail in the coffin there.
The nail in the coffin in the sense of Okay, maybe I would have taken an extension. Maybe you could have bought out arbitration years. Maybe we could have done that, right? But the moment you took an arbitration over $2 million, you just said, okay, now you're like every other team, and now you're going to be maxed out on this thing, and now you're here, you're reaping what you sow, and you were never going to give Kyle Tucker the $400 million, right? I think we all collectively agree.
Yeah.
But if 2 years ago you do good business and you don't take an arb, you do the extension, you don't sit him down and say all his warts and all the stuff he can't do for $2 million. Maybe we're not here. Maybe it was a different timeline. So the Cubs got a top 10, top 7 Major League Baseball player today, and the Astros didn't. So
That's valid. That's valid. At some point, we need to finish in this live stream so we can record an actual podcast to post, and I can edit clips. I don't know if you want to keep going for like another 15.
Yeah, let's do another 15, and then
Let's. Do you want to save voicemails for recording, or do you want to keep going through some of these?
let's go through them.
Let's see what this one is. Seems fine. Y'all leaving some long voicemails. I'm having to read through.
Yeah,
the
you guys
transcript.
have left. Thank you for
Yeah.
jumping on these voicemails, everyone. That was sick.
Yeah. All right. Let's listen to this guy here.
Yo, Apollo, this Kyle Tucker trade is good.
Okay.
It is good as long as we sign Bregman and we put Paredes at first base. Bregman at third base and Paredes
caveat.
at first is another division title in the bag. I'm just telling you. We're going to get LMJ back. We're going to have a good pitching roster, and we are going to win the division again. Here's why it's a good thing. Kyle Tucker is a one-year rental. Kyle Tucker is a one-year rental. We are not going to pay next year, period. He's going to make Juan Soto money, and we're not going to pay it.
Facts.
Kyle Tucker was injured last year when the Astros went on a winning tear. We
think that's a
can
huge
win
thing.
without him, especially if we don't have the sort of weight of Jose Abreu holding us down at first base. I'm telling you, this is a good thing. It sucks because I like Kyle Tucker. It sucks because the dude has swagger. It sucks that we're losing a homegrown talent. That being said, I think it's a good deal. It's a good trade. Dana Brown, let him cook.
Who
All right.
called in? Do we know who that was?
No, we don't have a. It doesn't say.
That was a very solid call. Whoever that was, reach out.
Good
You
call.
know ball.
I
That
can
was-
say his phone number right now. Yeah, no, I like hearing both perspectives. I think it's a pretty polarizing trade right now, but I do feel like most people.
I'm going to Wrigley
I don't
this
want to
year.
offend people, but most people that know ball are at least cautiously optimistic in that mid range. But I also understand the other aspects of like we should never got here. So I get being extremely upset about that. Somebody said Goldie as a free agent.
No.
We do not want another Jose Abreu. Sign Bregman and this is fine. I agree. The whole this whole offseason I've been saying they need to keep one or the other. So if you're doing that and then but if you sign Bregman with this, like if you have Bregman, Paredes, well, you still need an outfielder. that's my whole thing.
You
is
need outfield. You need
it.
pop.
The
You need
infield
more
will
pop.
look great, but like
Really, you lost Tucker. You gained Paredes on your Major League Baseball team. That's not an even swap. So you have to go get more fucking people.
Yeah.
You need more pop. We need more ISO. We need more 1 through 9. When the Houston Astros were the Houston Astros, 1 through 9 was just a devastating nightmare for pitching staffs and pitching coaches and pitchers and organizations to navigate.
can we afford Christian Walker? Somebody asked.
Christian Walker's 34 now, guys.
Yeah.
I'm out on Christian Walker.
Teoscar Hernandez AAV is looking at 23, so I don't think that's possible. But Santander's AAV right now is on Spot Track is saying 11.7.
I would go get Santander.
That's very doable. You just gained 12 million in your tax bracket, whatever, your luxury tax. So that makes a lot of sense. I really would like that. Let's get to another caller. Let's see what you got to say.
Yeah, guys, a really tough trade to accept here. I wish we would have gotten an outfielder from the Cubs, but it seems like this is the philosophy that the team has, and we just kind of have to accept it based on just the fact that we're not going to be paying players more than 6 years, so it's going to be difficult to keep guys like Tucker or anybody really who we didn't buy out their ARB years. The only positive, I guess, is that we sent him to the NL, and ultimately
That's a good point.
that's a good thing, and wish Tucker the best, and I'm excited to see him in Chicago next year since I just found out I'm moving there, so
hell
should
yeah.
be
Shout out.
should be good. Thanks for all the things you guys do. Thanks.
Appreciate that.
Thank
call.
you, thank you. That's a really good point. That I am happy that he went to the NL.
Yes.
I think
100%.
out of places to go, I would have hated if we had to watch out Kyle Tucker on the Yankees or so. But
that probably means Bellinger's a Yankee.
yeah, I think that's been floated.
So this is from Baseball Trade Values. Today, the Cubs reportedly acquired Kyle Tucker. The value on their system, he's $31.4 million surplus trade value from the Astros in exchange for Paredes. He was 28.8. Cam Smith 17.5, and Hayden Wisnowski 6.4. The deal was rejected by our model because it's an overpay by Chicago. So the computers are saying that we fleeced the Cubs.
The fucking nerds.
Tucker's a star, remains one of the game's most underrated players, but there's still a very steep price to pay for him as a rental. Even if you think our model is low on Tucker and high on Paredes, there's a sizable gap.
That makes me feel a little better, but at the same time, like.
No, I think everyone saw the Soto. You think you're going to get like a Michael King out of it, but
Yeah.
Michael King wasn't Michael King until he went out and had
Maybe
200
Wisniewski's
punchies.
going to become Michael King.
You never know.
You never know. He got a sweeper like Michael King.
Fuck, dude.
I think we listened to this one, maybe. No, we haven't. All right, let's listen to another caller. Shout out at Tex Lawyer. He was the guy who had that voicemail you liked. He tweeted at us at Tex Lawyer.
Nice. That was a great.
Text
That was
underscore
a great call.
All right,
Ball
let's
nowhere.
listen to another one here.
Hey guys, lifelong Astros fan here, first time caller. Man, I understand if people might be panicking about this, the Tucker trade, and I certainly would have liked to have gotten a little bit more out of it. Suzuki would have been pretty cool. I'm feeling pretty level-headed about this, maybe wrongfully so. Loved watching Kyle Tucker play for the Astros over the years, but I do think if this past season proved anything, the regular season at least, it's that the team is actually probably okay without him. I'll remind anybody having a meltdown, which, no offense, I sympathize, but we had the best record in Major League Baseball for a significant stretch of the season. And for a significant stretch of that significant stretch, Kyle Tucker was not playing for us. He was injured.
People keep making that point.
So I think we'll be okay.
It's valid.
I like Paredes at first base. I know the implication may be that this means we're not re-signing Bregman, but I don't really believe that. Guy can play either corner infield spot. I don't know, man. Let's let Dana cook. He seems to know what he's doing at this point, outside of not re-signing Kikuchi, which I'm still pretty bitter about. Thanks for your time. Go Stros.
Thank you for the call
Thank you
in.
for the call.
Yeah, I think the further we get away from it, I'm not saying warm and fuzzies, but I think there'll be a fresher sense of reality.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is where I'm at. You need to go get more.
Yeah, that can't be the only
You
one.
need to go get more.
The number is 832-409-1558. Leave us a voicemail.
Over on IG, Zach asks, was Nessie going to be used as a starter or a long relief arm in the pen? I think that will shuffle out in spring training.
Dana does have a affinity for taking guys and
for
kinda
sure.
stretching them out. Pause. Fucking Jesus.
Jeez, dude. Pause.
Putting him in the, maybe he sees him as a Ronell type guy. I mean, that could be I have no doubt that, like right now, and I said this in the past, any Major League Baseball player, any baseball player that throws a ball from the pitcher's mound in baseball that the Astros trade for or acquire, I'm going to immediately assume is going to be a dude.
You have to give them the
They have
benefit
the benefit of the doubt.
You have to give them the
any
benefit
guy
of the
that
doubt.
Dana Brown or in that front office targets and says, we think this pitcher can be good, I'm going to be like, okay, this pitcher's going to be good until he's not good, because that's just how it's worked out. They're that good at developing pitchers. Obviously, value is obviously if you're getting, you're picking up a guy in Rule 5 is a different value from a trade, but I think I trust Wisnowski can be a guy.
I think you go get a Santander, you go get a right field bat, unless you're rolling with Melton, Chaz, Jordan in left field. I mean, at this point, I know the team, and I know what Dana and I know what Skip has said about they don't want Jordan playing the outfield. Well, roster construction may force you, the big guy, to play left field a lot. It's weird. You got to go shore it up.
It's weird making the statement, we want Jordan to play less outfield, and then trading your best outfield guy.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
do you think
somebody has to play outfield?
Okay. Do you think that was Skip saying, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah, little.
You think Skip? I mean, in front of the camera, saying like,
"We need outfield guys." Like, it'd be wild if we had to play Jordan in the outfield a bunch. We should not do that.
Wink, 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 wink.
Profar is interesting. I wouldn't hate it. Depends on the number. Imagine if they got Santander and Profar. That you have a left fielder and a right fielder, right there. All right, let's listen to some more voicemails before we head out.
Man, this hurts as a biased Astros fan. Because I love Tuck, but business decisions. I'm optimistic, and I pray that it works out. But I'm not super confident. And I don't know. It's just sad.
Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm.
That made me sad. Young Astros fan. Imagine if you're like 16 right now, and all you've known is Kyle Tucker and the Astros for the past 4 years of your like brain forming and like being a full-time fan. It'd suck. I mean, it sucks for me, and I'm sitting here wearing the crown. But
I will say this. As fans, just from the fan perspective, we continue to pay crazy pricing. We continue to show up. We continue to pack a stadium out. And look, there's an argument of Minute Maid Park. Now, Daikin Park is not what it was, and we've been spoiled as a fan base. And we have. Winning does that. But time and time again, the fans, the real fans, you and me, have spent hard-earned money to go. And you can count all your millions and billions and zillions, and your great-great-great-great-grandkids are going to love that trust fund. There's a lot of us that don't have a trust fund sitting around. So as a fan of a sport, you want to see continued spending. You want to see a continued product that I'm willing to go spend money to pay those prices and go. So you got to keep doing that. You just can't. I think we're good. I think we can race at 85. That's how you spiral out, and you're the Royals, you're Detroit, you're Boston. I don't want to continue to talk about yesteryears. I don't want to keep talking about 2022. I want to keep being selfish. That's my perspective. This is a fan. So,
hey, my grade's gone up. I'm up to 6.5 now.
What made the jump?
I just read our good buddy Ben. He put in our chat his full write-up on Cam Smith, and he says he will now be universally ranked as a top 50 in baseball guy. Okay.
It took Ben to say that when I've been standing here for 3 hours banging on the table saying Cam Smith's a dude?
Yes, it took Ben to say that. You know Ben. Ben is the prospect guy. He literally works.
I know that, but I've been on the table. I put it on the table and I said Cam Smith is a dude.
You convinced me up to like a 5.56, and Ben brought it up to 6.5. I'm just saying. All right, let's.
Do you see what I have to deal with? I don't get no respect around here. I get no respect around here. That was Dangerfield?
Yeah, Dangerfield.
So
far, hey, shout out to the respectable voicemails.
Yeah, thank you for all these great.
We could have been answering live calls, but I'm glad we aren't because that can take a while. I like the voicemails because it keeps.
Zach, can Cam play some outfield or no? No, infield.
No, he's
a kid. I mean, I think maybe he's an athlete. 6'3", 225. He can play the outfield, but he's a shortstop, third base guy.
Yeah. All right.
Cam Smith? Are you kidding me? The next Manny Ramirez?
The next Manny
Ramirez. Holy crap, what a steal for the Astros. Absolutely just mind blown that the Cubs threw in Cam Smith, which they had to, but my golly, dude.
This guy
one of the best pro prospects in last year's class, just an amazing guy on and off the field. Hard worker, huge frame to grow into. I am beyond stoked. I will guarantee you Cam Smith will be the best Astro from 2027 to 2032. That 5-year stretch, he will be the best Astro in that lineup. Instant fan favorite.
Jesus.
This is the best case scenario. Tucker's contract was expiring in a year anyways. He probably wasn't going to re-sign. Just the Astros masterclass of maximizing an expiring player's contract. This feels great. Let's keep the ball rolling. Let's win in October. I'm stoked right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Cam Smith's a dude. He's a dude.
Christ.
He's a dude. Cam Smith is a dude.
Jesus.
He's a dude. He's a dude.
Jesus Christ.
I think I know who called that in. That was a good call.
This guy's up to a 6.66.
We got 153 people watching over on YouTube. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
We're almost
at 13,000. We're almost at 13. Yeah, Zach. That's a great. Can't wait to get the Astros in the game next year to see Hayden Kowser. Yannick is a Bearcat as well. So you have a lot of Bearcats.
Someone here? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Everest is watching.
So yeah, Greg, I am flopping my gums about Santander. I'm trying to get the Santander train going. From Venezuela, friends with Altuve, makes a lot of sense. Switch hitter, power blow sides, pretty cheap. Santander seems like a Houston Astro. I don't know, Jim.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. All right, no transcript on that, so we're not listening to that. All right, let's listen to another voicemail here.
Hey guys, lifelong Astros fan here. If you guys can remember my voice, I was the one who called earlier in the season when I was going, "Why can't we be good?"
Oh, I remember.
I'm not gonna stream this time, I promise. But this trade for Kyle Tucker is going to sting, but ultimately I feel like it had to be done because, let's face it, we only had 1 year left before he was due a massive, massive extension. And knowing the history we have with Jim Crane and extensions, that was not going to happen, especially with what we got recently. There was no way we could match whatever he was going to be going for, $500 million probably. So at least we got some returns, and honestly, I am a little optimistic about Isaac Paredes. He could probably be hitting dingers out of the Crawford boxes. So maybe we can salvage our window. Probably not, but let me be optimistic right now, please.
I don't hate being optimistic.
Yeah, thanks for the time, guys. Love Apollo. Love you guys.
Thank you for that
Thank you for
kind
the voicemail,
and the kind words.
I don't hate being optimistic about this. I'm not going to sit there and rain on anybody's parade about being happy about this. I just need, I don't know. I just need to see more moves before I'm like gung ho about this season. Santander, Patrick Sandoval. I don't hate the Patrick Sandoval thing. He's only 27, and
you've always been a Sandoval guy though.
He's only 27. I feel like the price you would pay for him would be a steal. I'm not saying he'd be like on par with maybe like Ronell. Maybe he'd be like a number 4 guy. But I think the price you pay for it. I mean, I don't think the Astros are gonna get him. Somebody's gonna get him, and he's gonna do well for them.
I mean, this selfishly for me, like I'm going to Wrigley to see Kyle Tucker this year. You know what I mean? Like as a fan, I haven't. I've never been to Wrigley. I want to go.
So the Astros play the Cubs in Wrigley this year. No, they don't.
Cubs play here.
Cubs
we
play
played
here.
there right before Mexico.
Yeah.
Haley asked, "Do y'all think Bregman news will happen soon?" I don't think so. I feel like I have a pretty good pulse on that.
Trevor Bauer will never be an Astro. He will never play in the Major League Baseball again. Stop it.
I concur. I at this point, I think Bregman news goes to next week.
I think so. But probably before Christmas, you think?
You would think.
Cubs come to Houston June 27th through the 29th. So Kyle Tucker should be back in Houston for that stretch. That's my birthday weekend.
When does it warm up in Wrigley? Like a good spring game, like in the bleachers. Does anyone know that?
Can't be till May.
Dude, Tucker's gonna hate the cold, man.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Tucker's gonna be bundled.
He's gonna be wearing gloves for sure.
My boy.
That's my boy. All right. Hey, what?
What they did to my boy. You were doing Harry Potter. I was doing Godfather.
Yeah, you're doing Godfather. I was doing Harry Potter.
Hey, Des, this is Aaron. We've been talking on Twitter these past couple of days about what's been going on. I need fans to understand this about the trade. What the Astros saw was Paredes, Deadpool hitter, can probably get you 25, 30 home runs with the Astros, 240 average, 750 to 800 OPS. You take that deal, and you get a very high upside guy, about 20 to 25 home run guy in Cam Smith, who just reeks of power. That's what Dana Brown saw in Cam Smith is this upside, which for a 1-year rental, you take that 10 times out of 10. And with Dombrowski, whatever the hell his name is, that pitcher, he is like a career 4 ERA pitcher. His spin rate is ridiculous. The Astros have helped pitchers in the past with their spin rate and made them become monsters, just like the Kikuchi. So that's why they did this trade. Have a blessed day.
I think Hayden is going to be a spin monster in the lab.
Yeah.
I don't think he's Kikuchi. I think we all knew he had that zip on the fastball that was going to be punchies, but I think Hayden's going to be like a peacock, a bridge guy, do a spot start, or can be a serviceable bridge in the bullpen. We saw this past year, like Seth Martinez and Scott, all these guys that were used, and they were used a lot. So, you know what I mean?
Andy on YouTube said, "Let me know if y'all hitting up Wrigley. I'll grab a round for the boys."
Hell yeah, Andy! Absolutely. We are going to Wrigley this year. I don't want to go when it's cold, so I want to go when maybe summer, late May. May's mostly warm.
Hey, maybe it will be when
Doesn't
it's cold. Maybe it'll be late October. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Shout out.
Doesn't warm up for sure until June. Okay, summer.
I wish the Astros are going to Wrigley this year.
Yeah, I would.
We have to wait for next year for that.
I'm gonna
maybe
on the right field wall.
The Astros are going to the White Sox in early May. Maybe we go see a White Sox Astros game
and then go over to see the Cubs.
Go see a Wrigley game.
Ooh,
I like that.
All right. Any sponsors out there?
So May
Content
2nd
trip.
through 4th. We just have to see if the
God, it's
Cubs
gonna be
are the
fucking
Cubs.
cold.
The Cubs have to be home for that stretch for that to work. Let's see. Shit. The Cubs are on the road. Never mind. They're in Milwaukee. Oh no, but they are home against San Francisco on the Monday.
Hey,
So
everyone.
go for a Sunday Monday.
Everyone. Like Hayden's Twitter. He actually has a Texans flag as best football team in Texas.
That's Hayden's Twitter right there.
No.
I was like, he retweeted Brian Lalima.
No. I retweeted Brian because he said update.
As an Astros fan living in Illinois, it's brutal trying to catch live Astros games. I get it. I lived in Illinois for 2 years, 2.5 years.
Yeah, I forget. You're a Bloomington guy, right?
Yeah. I moved up there from 2018 to 2020.
I put the Hayden Texan tweet in the chat in the swaddle, and I guarantee you Noah and Garrett's
they're gonna
response
meet.
will be like,
They're gonna meet you.
Texans!
Hayden's.
Texans!
That's funny. All right, let's listen to one more voicemail, and then we're gonna call it a live show, so we can record a quick.
Yeah, we'd actually have to do. We
podcast
actually have to do a podcast
that we can put
episode.
out. We haven't done an actual podcast in a while, so
yeah,
we should do that.
We should definitely do that.
Okay, let's listen to this last one. So it's 2 minutes long, so it'll be a one to end on. Let me know if you want me to cut it off at any point, but it seems pretty good.
All right, here's the problem. We just let all these star players go, right? And I don't want to hang my hat on 2022 either, but I just don't understand how we can pay a guy like Montero or bring in a giant contract like Abreu, and then you can't pay Kyle Tucker. Not even like, we're not even, a year ago we were like, oh man, we're definitely going to re-sign Kyle Tucker, right? That's why we didn't re-sign this guy or this guy, or we let this guy go, right? We're definitely getting that, and we're definitely saving money for Bregman, right? But my problem is like, you let all these guys walk, and we just go, yeah, we're going to rebuild. Well, what do you mean? The farm system's depleted, and that's great. We got some guys, and we're going to throw them in there, right? We're going to shine something up again. But it's like, without these captains, these leaders on the team, these fan favorites, to me, it's like, man, it seems like every damn season, the only constant you have on the team in this golden dynasty era is Bregman. And now we're talking about not even getting him back? Man, I mean, if we don't get Bregman back, that's great. We got Jose, we got Yordan, we got Yainer. The team looks a lot different already. And if you don't get Bregman back, I don't know, man. This offseason might be a failure. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if Bregman's hitting 260, 270 with, I don't know how many of your home runs he had this year. 19? He had 19 this year? Just like, this is a cornerstone. This is the guy, right? It's just 2 World Series. This is 100-plus playoff games, right? This is the guy that gets hot in August and September, and we can't just stack another $40 million on a contract? It's crazy to me, man. And I don't know about Dana, so we'll just see where it goes.
I think it's fair. I think everyone's opinion right now is going to be fair.
It's a pretty polarizing trade, but I think if we did a poll right now, it would be 60% in favor, which is surprising. Oh, I guess a poll of like people who listen to this show and who like know ball a little bit. If you put that on Facebook, you'd probably get like 10% in favor. I hate this team. Trade Jim Crane.
I think his argument is valid, but also they paid Abreu and they paid Montero, and that's the reason why we're not paying Tucker and Breggy now. I don't know if Bregman comes back, and I haven't got anything. I'm still obviously. I do think you just made a trade for Paredes to always play third and first, and then Cam Smith is a year ready from being your third baseman for 6 years. Like, are you going to give Bregman 190 million now? Because I don't see it there, because your number one overall prospect's third baseman.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point, I mean, you need outfielders. So, like, if you pay Bregman and then didn't get any outfielders, that's 3 positions that you're, unless your whole thing is just to have a super athletic, not great hitting outfielders, and you just have your outfielders are your 7, 8, 9 hitters, and they're all like just defensive first guys, and you just hope Chaz can get back up to an 800 OPS. Like,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Let's end the stream, guys, because we got to get some content out. We're gonna drop an episode right here.
Yep.
Obviously talking
Subscribe,
about hit that subscribe button.
Apollo HRU on YouTube. It'll be out.
Thanks for everyone tuning in. I mean, up to 2,700 people. Fucking crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always believing in us. Let us know in the comments how you feel. Obviously, you know what I mean. So appreciate you guys tuning in over on IG, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, all the above. Go over to YouTube. We're gonna record an episode right now of a fresher of this rant we've been doing. So thanks for tuning in. Shout out to Big City Wings. Shout out to Quick Assist, Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Quick Assist, the one-stop shop for all your ticket needs. Get it all out. They handle everything. Great Houston-based company. So shout out to both those brands and companies that support us. So yeah.
Sorry to see Kyle Tucker go.
Kyle Tucker is a Chicago Cub.
Yep. We're about to record our podcast. Y'all check that out.